Hey, before we get into today's episode, I want to shine a light on the episode's sponsors. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests or even me flowing through your feed as you scroll. I love to take credit for the hard work of editing, captioning, and posting to multiple platforms multiple times per week, but Opus Clips does it all for me. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine, perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. Are you ready to elevate your content game? Well, head over to the link in the description or scan the QR code right here and unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. Scan the code so it'll stay open in your browser until you finish watching this episode. And when it gets done, start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help do just that. Transform your backyard into a paradise with Family Home and Patio. Proudly featuring American-made products for unmatched quality and durability. Whether it's a sleek in-ground retreat or an easy above-ground solution, their installation pros bring your vision of the dream pool to life. Their showroom in Decatur, Illinois, not only has premium brand hot tubs with expert installation and top-tier service to keep yours bubbling year-round, but they also carry chemicals, filters, and accessories, and everything you need to keep your water crystal clear and your pool party ready. Their expert pool and hot tub technicians provide professional maintenance and repair to keep your backyard oasis in peak condition year-round. Family Home and Patio is family-owned, family-operated, and family-focused. That's why they treat you like one of their own. Your backyard deserves the best, and they have it, crafted right here in the USA. Family Home and Patio, where relaxation meets home. Give them a call at 217-877-2808. Visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com or stop in their showroom and have a discussion about how they can make your dream a reality. If you're looking for delicious, healthy meals delivered right to your door, Factor has got you covered. A lot of us who have unhealthy eating habits is simply because we're trying to accomplish everything we can during one day without much time for meal prep. Factor specializes in customizable, affordable meal plans to fit your lifestyle, whether you're trying to eat healthier or simply don't have time to spend in the kitchen. With a wide variety of chef-prepared meals, you can enjoy nutritious options that save you time and keep you fueled throughout your busy day. You get walk through the meal plans where you can specify what you do and don't like, what you're looking for. They accommodate gluten-free, high-protein, low-carb, low-calorie, or you can just do chef's choice if you're not a picky eater and want to be surprised. Quality meals professionally made, packaged, and delivered. If you're thinking there's no way a pre-made refrigerated dinner could taste good, you're in for a surprise with Factor. The quality and portions are exactly what you need, and when you try this, there will be no turning back. Here's the best part. For our listeners, you can get an incredible deal. Use code BB50 at checkout, and you'll receive 50% off your first order plus 20% off all future orders. It's the perfect way to make healthy eating easy and convenient. So head over to Factor75.com and start your journey to healthier meals today. Don't forget to use that code BB50 to unlock your discount. If you're looking for top-notch drone services, look no further. Aerial Elite Solutions specializes in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data for a variety of industries, including real estate, construction, agriculture, telecom, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site surveys for your construction projects, or captivating footage of your event, Aerial Elite Solutions has the expertise and cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. Their team of skilled professionals is dedicated to capturing breathtaking visuals that elevate your projects and help you see things from a whole new perspective. With Aerial Elite Solutions, you're not just getting a service, you're getting a partner committed to bringing your vision to life. So if you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally, reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. You can visit them online at flyaes.com, aerialelitesolutions.com, or give them a call at 217-330-7226 to learn how they can help transform your projects with their drone services. As we all know, storm season can bring unpredictable weather, and protecting your home, family, or business is more important than ever. That's where Midwest Lightning Rods is here to help. With nearly 100 years of experience in the lightning protection system design and installation industry, they are the trusted experts keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rod specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself the peace of mind at knowing you're well protected. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com or give them a call at 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can become part of the community that's been protected by Midwest Lightning Rods. Big thank you to the sponsors for supporting the podcast, helping us bring this great content. And now, here's what you've been waiting for. Let's get it.
Welcome to Beyond Business, where stories come alive. With guests from every corner, we're ready to dive. New episode every 5 days, new voices to share. Laughs and insights, we're all in this affair. Beyond Business, come take a seat. Join the conversation, it's a journey that's sweet. Life lessons learned and laughter from the heart. With every episode, we're making a start.
Hey, thanks for joining me on Beyond Business. Sitting down with me in the lab today is Jamian Holder Sr., local entrepreneur. And it's been on the books for us to get in here and chop it up for a bit. I think I was under the weather last time, but thanks for coming in, man. It's a pleasure.
You got that bug. I had it.
Dude, I was past it and still had it. It was, I couldn't.
It lingers for a while. You lay on your back all night and then wake up the next morning, you coughing all over again. So
you whatever I said I couldn't do it, you're like, yep, been there.
I had it. And I mean, I'm the kind of guy, like, I guess I'm so busy. I don't get sick.
I can relate.
Yeah. I very rarely ever get sick, and if I do feel something coming on, it's hot clothes.
Ain't no time for
no. I have a severe cold and sinus and a shot of Hennessy.
That's it. That's what I'm saying.
Fight this overnight to go. But it grabbed a hold of me, man. And I mean, like, I just wanted to be a baby in my mama's arms.
That's it, dude.
It was rough.
That was it. Yeah,
it was rough. So
that uncomfortable shit. But it's just the season.
Nothing works.
No.
Nothing fixes it.
No, I think that's what I did. I think I was just removed for a couple of days, not because I was sick, because I was trying to take everything to stop coughing that I'm over there on the syrup. Yep. I was out. So did you grow up here in Decatur?
I did.
Okay. How old are you?
I'm 41. I'll be 42 in June.
Okay. Where'd you go to school at?
Eisenhower.
All right. Was you an athlete?
That's the crazy part. I wasn't.
No?
I didn't try out for any sports, which I hated. I regret. That's the only regret I have. I didn't try out for any sports, and I did just enough to get out. All I wanted to do was make some money.
Right.
That's it. I did just enough to keep my pops off my ass about my grades, and I just wanted to make some money.
Is your pops, are they both still with us?
No, my pops has passed on.
Okay. Were they together through your childhood? Was your mom and pops together?
Yeah. So when I have to break this down all the time, my pops is actually my grandfather.
Okay.
But my mom, I got to that age where it's like, you need a strong male in your life because you get a little ahead of yourself, kid. So I was sent to live with my grandparents.
Okay.
And so from the age of 11 up until 21,
okay,
they raised me. So whenever I say pops,
that's your
or my father, that's my pops.
Yeah.
So,
got you. Mm-hmm. Hey, well.
Yeah, he passed, this year makes This will be 5 years this year.
Okay. All right. So he was, he got to see you become what you was going for, at least, or at least start.
At least start.
Yeah.
When he was here, I was working at Ameren.
Okay.
And I was still an apprentice. And I had 3 things that I wanted to achieve before he left. And I didn't achieve those things. I did achieve those things, but he was already long gone.
Right.
I wanted to graduate from my program at Ameren and become a journeyman.
Okay.
Which I did that, which is where I learned a lot of the things that I do now.
Sure.
I wanted to buy a house and I wanted to get married again.
Okay.
So I did that, and he wasn't here to see it, but I know he was with me.
Sure,
in
he
spirit.
was.
Yeah, he was with me in spirit.
Sure, he was. Yeah.
But,
all right. So this is just my curiosity, right?
Mhm.
So when you say you didn't try out for any sports, I mean, even as a young kid, like my thing was almost just, I won't say sports was halfway a babysitter, but like if it was baseball time, we just got signed up. Like you're going to go.
Yeah.
So is it when you were younger? It was like, you kind of have to just be put into that shit. And
no, it wasn't that. I mean, I would have.
you just weren't interested.
I was interested. I was afraid.
Okay.
Yeah, I lived in fear a big portion of my life, and then
of what? Not being good enough.
Yeah, not being good enough.
Yeah, I understand.
Just afraid, and so
isn't that crazy?
The crazy thing is when I stopped being that way was when I fought Aaron.
Yeah,
I was actually Aaron's first win, but
dude,
I was in that with the
okay.
mindset that I'm going to stop telling myself I can't do something before I even try. So win, lose, or draw. I mean, I don't care how the fight goes. I could punish him the whole fight.
You're like, I
can get punished the whole fight. I'm going out there.
Oh, so that was a life hurdle. That wasn't a show. That was your life hurdle.
That was me finally wanting to put that afraid to fail, afraid to fly version of myself. He had to go because it was holding me back in life.
And you recognized it.
Yeah.
Did someone tell you?
No.
Or you were just like,
no.
Come on, dude.
No, one thing that I've absolutely learned how to do is to sit still for a moment and just reflect.
Okay. Valuable,
very valuable for me. Sitting back and just looking at myself for a second and thinking like, okay, a year ago today, what was I doing wrong?
Mm-hmm.
Am I still doing those things?
Right.
Okay, let's make some corrections and adjustments to life so we can get to that next level.
Right.
And that was one of the things that I did. I sat back and I'm like, you're not achieving anything. You're just pretty much existing. And it's because I was afraid. I was afraid to, put myself out there and either get laughed at or fail horribly. And it's like, the people of Decatur love me. I do a lot for the city of Decatur. I've done a lot of things in the community, for the city. It's like people will support you.
Yeah. And the thing is even though they're sometimes the loudest and they're really not, we just pay attention to the negative shit more for whatever reason.
Yeah.
Usually the people with something to say, not just about you or me, but overall are the ones who it's like, really?
You could
really
listen.
Are you the one talking? You know what I mean?
And that's something else that I've learned too. A lot of people that have so much to say, you couldn't fuck with me on my worst day.
That's what I'm saying.
Pardon my language, but you couldn't walk down the street in the shoes that I have to wear. It's impossible.
Right. So it's not even
why am I listening to you?
Right. Oh, I've had my bouts too to where it's like, you know what? Let me not. I'm a quick reactor, which I've learned to stop being. You know what I mean? It used to be, I'm firing, and then it goes, oh, God, I'm supposed to be a professional. Man.
Right. Right.
I just was me for a minute.
Yeah. Yep. I understand.
No, that's cool. All right. So you get out of high school. You graduate high school?
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Class 02.
And then straight to the workforce?
Yeah.
So you said you knew you was trying to get some money in high school. You was like, my goal is to get out of school so I can get some money. Mm-hmm. Did you have any jobs or did you hustle in high school? Or
no,
did you?
I washed cars and I worked at McDonald's.
Okay.
Every hour that I could work, I worked it.
I love it.
So my Saturdays, my Friday nights when, my buddies or whatever, especially everybody getting cars and everything, I had my own vehicle and instead of me being out riding around or at the movies, I'm going to work.
Right.
and that's what I did. So
you're like, hey, they're giving away money over here. All you have to do is be here.
That's it. Just show up. No, not at McDonald's. When you worked at McDonald's,
right.
Yeah, you actually had to hustle or whatever.
Yeah.
But,
no, but you know what I'm saying. Most people, it's like, what are you doing? You guys are out spending money to hang out when you could just come get on board.
Come make some money.
Yeah, come get some money.
After I graduated high school, I started working at U.S. Cellular.
Yeah.
And I started out as just a sales associate, became a store manager, and then they expanded here in town and whatnot. So myself, another gentleman, we worked at U.S. Cellular for a little while, and then from there I went to Caterpillar.
So how long, like age wise, before you when you went from U.S. Cellular to Cat, how old are you talking there? Early 20s or
20? Yeah, 20. Okay. I think I was 20 years old.
Okay.
Who knows?
Okay. So when you went out to Cat, I would assume that was a good. I mean, that's a great move
for a 20-year-old.
Hell yeah,
dude, $900 a week.
That's what I'm saying.
20-year-old. Yeah.
Oh, so when you seen that opening, it was like that's where. Yeah. Yep. So at that point, were you were just trying to figure out what you could do with your time and talent, no matter what the job was, to make the most money in your hour?
Yeah.
Right.
Yep.
Right.
Yep. So and then I had a kid on the way. So
okay.
It's like, all right, we can't. These little bitty paychecks ain't gonna work anymore.
Right.
You got to go get some real money. And so I started working at Caterpillar. And I think we started out at $17.94. And so even $17.94 with the 10-hour days, the Saturdays and stuff, I was still taking home $800 or $900 a week.
Yeah, and that seemed like insane money for that, right?
Yep.
Right. Shit, you still anybody now if you're still bringing that home, good for you.
Yeah,
man, 20 years, in your 20s too. Yeah, that's where it's at.
I didn't save any of it. I spent
it. Of course,
I spent it as fast as I got it. Sometime I spent it before I got it.
For sure. Wait, this card means I can owe you money?
Oh, yeah. Overdraft?
Right.
Oh, let's do it. Let's do it.
Right.
That was my younger stupid days, but
we all did that.
Yeah. So I left Caterpillar, and we had a 5-week shutdown, and it was something about me laying the air because I was a robot operations specialist, a welder. I put a tool down on the workbench, and we left for 5 weeks, and I came back, and that tool was still there. And it was, I don't know what it is. Like I said, I pay attention to a lot of everything. I pay attention to everything. And it's like, Jamie, do you really want to be, in the next 5 to 10 years, do you really still want to be right here in this spot? And I said no. So I left there, went back into the cell phone game as an area manager for AT&T.
Okay.
I had 5 stores that I managed, and I loved it. Okay. I mean, I loved it. Base pay $55,000 a year plus commission.
I was going to say you commission off, yeah.
Plus commission, plus I got a percentage of store sales for all of my stores.
Right.
And then they took all of us up to Chicago, big fancy hotel, giving away TVs, trips to Mexico, and it's like, all right, guys, let's get down to business. And they cut us back to $40,000 a year, no commission, no nothing. They wanted us to lead from behind the store, not the front of the store. And I was like, nah, that's not gonna work for me.
Oh, so you're like finally a performance-based job, and then they yank it.
And I overperform everything that I do.
So how long were you there for a couple of years to get that salary before?
No, I came in the door at that price. Yep. And what the crazy thing is, the gentleman who was the district manager when I lived in Colorado for 2 years, he and I played on the playground together.
Really?
Yep. Because he was just in conversation during the interview, and he said, where have you been? Where have you lived? I said, well, I lived in Colorado Springs, Colorado for 2 years. He was like, what school did you go to? And I said, Janitel. He said, I went to Janitel. Are you kidding me? So just passing the conversation back and forth. He remembered like the surrounding area because there was mining equipment that was just left out there, and we all would go play on it.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
Remember that.
Turned into a playground.
Yep. So I found my yearbook. It was at my mom's house. I got my yearbook, and I go through it, and there he is.
Sure enough, huh?
Yep.
So how long were you making your money before you went to Chicago and they cut you guys back?
Probably 8 or 9 months.
Oh, yeah.
I didn't even make it a year.
Right.
Yeah, because you coming back to $40,000, and at that time I had 3 kids by then.
Right.
All by the same woman. She and I were married and got divorced, and
you're talking knocking 10, 15 a year plus commission equals like a 50 a year, right?
Right.
I mean,
the commission, and like I said, I'm good at what I do, and I can talk. So I mean, there were nights I would be at Walmart out in Mount Zion, which is where my primary store is. And it was a lady in there looking at phones. I opened my store up at 11 o'clock at night and sold her 2 phones.
Let's go.
And my district called me the next morning. He said, hey, your computers are a little off. I said, why you say that? He said, shows a transaction last night at 11:30. I said, that was me.
Yeah, it wasn't off.
Yeah, that was me. So, I mean, I just like to overachieve.
Has it always been like that?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
So we're going to go back before we go forward real quick. And this is, again, I grew up here too. So in high school, when did you say you graduated?
02.
02. Okay. So in the late 90s, early 2000s, it doesn't seem, you don't strike me as a type that was like ripping and running.
What, like out in the streets?
Yeah.
No.
Why?
No.
Because it wasn't an option?
Because I didn't want to let my father down.
Okay, so that was
he wasn't the type to go get a belt or something like that. He would whip me by being disappointed in me.
Oh, psychological.
Oh, man, I do it to this day with my kids.
It's the best.
Yeah,
it's the most nonviolence is the best.
I don't have to strike you at all.
Yeah,
but I'm gonna let you know you disappointed me. You let me down.
Ooh.
I expected more of you from that. And with Pops, with him being military as well, he was Air Force, which that's why I have this tattooed on my arm. Everything was structure.
Right.
You know, I can hear him some mornings, like when I tell myself I'm gonna sleep in a little bit, maybe till 8 or 9 o'clock. I can hear him as if he's standing in the room. Boy, get up and do something with yourself.
Yeah, what you doing?
Get up, do something with yourself. So get up, get yourself cleaned up.
Right.
Pick your house up, wash your car, cut your grass, do something. So that was just how Pops was, and like letting him down.
Even as a young man.
Yeah. It was
that's valuable.
Yeah,
that's
it's
huge.
like, Pops, you got that nice big Wagner's belt over there, man. Just hit me with it.
Let's get it over with.
Yeah, but it's like, and then he already was really had a really deep voice, and so then whenever he's upset, and I ask him a question or something like that, and it's like his response is, because I let him down.
Just like
no, ripping and running the streets, gang affiliation, none of that.
So I gotta say, and this is a hat tip to your ma, for her being able to know enough to go, hey, something is missing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And I'm not gonna go find some dude to fake this shit. He's gonna get a man in his life, not a wish. I mean, that was the choice that made you do everything that you're saying. You know what I'm saying? Not necessarily, but
I held a grudge against my mom for years.
Until it made sense?
Oh man, until it didn't make sense. It didn't make sense to me until I was but I probably was 30. And I held a grudge against my mom for all those years.
Like what you just like gave up on me.
You abandoned me. That's how I felt.
Man, but then you're like, wait, I wouldn't have had what I give my kids.
Exactly.
Yeah, that's a crazy way to see it.
I told her, I was like, Mom, I said, I've kind of held a grudge against you for a while. Just want to clear it all out. No more karmatic energy. Like I knew I was getting ready to take off and do something with myself. Seriously, like I didn't want no bad juju, no old things that I had to pay for.
Grudges,
none of that.
No, nothing.
So I called her and we had a conversation, and she said, "No, son, I didn't abandon you." She said, "I saved you." And that was everything.
Yeah. And that's even what made me say that is it's like, the initial reaction is I gave up on your kid. It's
right.
Like,
right.
Or did she just think, or did she do some self-analyzing when you were in bed some nights going, I got to do something.
Mm-hmm. Yep. She saw it. She saw what I didn't see.
Yeah.
And so for her to recognize that, and I still remember she called my granny. She said, Barbara, that's my grandmother's name.
Uh-huh.
She said, Barbara, come get my baby. And that story is even funny because she yelled downstairs for my pops to go pick me up. Well, he had just dropped me off because I go over there every weekend.
Right.
And she's yelling downstairs, go get Jamie. And Pops is inquisitive. Right. I mean, he's going to ask you 100 questions.
We're going to know what's going on here.
Yeah. And I always say I do the same thing, so I know which version of me needs to show up.
For sure.
You call me at 8 o'clock at night and say, dude, I need you here. What's going on? As I'm getting dressed, what's going on? Because I need to know what version of me needs to show up.
Fair enough.
Like, am I showing up to have a drink with you so you can
right? Are you crying? Are you mad? Are you?
Yeah. What's going on? So I know exactly what version of me needs to show up.
Fair enough. I like that.
Yeah.
Dude.
But that's how Pops was, and he was taking too long. And she told him, she said, "Shit, you move slow as molasses in the wintertime."
Too many questions, bro.
Jumped in the car and jumped in her van and drove back across town to pick me up.
So you still seen your ma when you just lived at your grandparents'?
Yeah, I lived on two different sides of town.
Right.
But for like the first, probably month, every day when I got out of school, because I went to TJ, every day when I got out of school, I would get on my bike and ride it across town to walk my little sister home from school. So yeah,
gotcha.
I would do that every single day, to because that's my little sister. She was still there.
Gotcha.
And then finally, my mom got away from the situation she was in with the individual she was with.
Is that it? She was just in a bad spot.
Oh, she was with a monster.
Okay.
He was a.
So were you there when, did you get removed from that situation?
Yes.
Oh.
Yeah. So the meat and potatoes of it, I came home from being at my grandparents' house, and he decided he wanted to, beat on my mom and hit on my little sister. And those are games that I don't play. And at that time, I'm starting to get a little bit bigger because, believe it or not, up until, I don't know how long it was, but I was the smallest kid. I was smaller than all of my cousins, smaller than my older sister.
You're a big fella, man.
Yeah, and then just took off. Now I'm 6'2.5", but at that time I wasn't big yet, but I was getting there.
Right.
And yeah, I came in and seen that going on, all because something to do with his bathroom that he didn't let anybody use and all that kind of stuff.
Just
and
petty,
dude, listen,
angry man shit,
yep,
dude.
Yep. And the mental games that he played and the way that he was with me and my sister, I make sure that I am 100% the antithesis of that, because I don't play games with kids. I don't play about kids. That's one of the biggest reasons why I volunteered at Skywalker for 17 years.
Right.
One of the biggest reasons why is because I like to protect kids. And it's like every little kid that I protect is the little version of me that needed to be protected. So that's
powerful.
Yeah, I don't play about kids, and the things that he did, he's dead now. The world's a better place without him in here. Still feel that way.
Right. Right in hell, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Happens. Some of them are like that, man.
Disrespectfully.
Sorry.
Get the hell out of here, man.
Sorry.
You were a terror. You were a terrible individual.
You think, as an adult now, do you look at a guy like that, and can you see and go, man, this is what his problem was? He was troubled. Are you like, no, he was just evil, man? Because there's some.
Yeah, no, he was just. I mean, he had his mother, sweet lady, not his biological dad, but her husband, one of the coolest. I mean, if it was back in the 70s, I know he was a player. Just the way he carried himself, real smooth, and you shake his hand. Hey, how you doing, young man?
Yeah, young
real
player.
Smooth talk. Yeah, smooth talking individual. From what I know, he didn't have a bad upbringing. He went to the military and he just honorably discharged, all that kind of stuff. Never, from what I know, never went to war, so it wasn't like he had PTSD from war or something like that.
It was just
a shitty person.
Shitty person. Yeah. People, that's it. A lot of weak dudes, that's their thing, lock in.
Yep. Preyed on kids and women.
Get a woman and play the game to get, it's fucking. Mm-mm. So your move on saying my thing is to protect kids, that's huge, and it's way more needed than a lot of people.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Even with with my business now, I put on Facebook probably about 3 weeks ago, and I said that you must teach what is taught. Mm-hmm. So therefore, I, Jamie and Holder, proud owner and operator, Holder Family Helping Hands LLC, for 1 to 2 weeks at a time, I will take a young man under my wing and teach them basic things, electrical. Simple plumbing, I'm not going to rewire a house with you.
Internship, baby.
Internship. And even also added to that, time is very valuable. So they'll get paid.
For sure.
Yeah. So if, I go and do a job and let's say I make $500 in a day, I will pay them.
Right.
And I've had one young man with me so far.
They go good? Yeah. A curious dude is, a young curious mind is wonderful.
I've never been fucking called sir that many times and went kid, listen. Yes, sir. Excuse me, sir.
Hey,
sir,
hold on.
Sir. And he wanted it. He wanted to learn. He wanted to.
How old young man you talking?
He was 16. He is 16.
Still in school.
Yeah, still in school. And I even had a conversation with him, and he was like, "Yeah, I got expelled last year. I got into a fight. Somebody said something about me." I said, "Was it true what they said?" He was like, "No, they was just making up stuff. Was it worth getting expelled for?"
Right.
Young black man, think first.
Dude, I'm very grateful for the era I grew up in. I'm 47. I graduated in 96. Okay. So yeah, late 80s, early 90s, bicycles, landlines, street lights. You know what I mean? I honestly, I don't even know how I would have handled being able to have everything you do is recorded and and you cannot know me and make up anything and say it and have people believe. Like as a young person, I got a 15-year-old son now, and his mom is the fucking phone police, so it's all good. He ain't even out on like social media. I think he's got like a couple of these apps, but no Facebook yet, none of that. And I think I go both ways. I go, hey, it's going to be like the preacher's son when he finally gets allowed to do shit. It's going to be like anal fucking freak parties or whatever the weird shit. But the reality is, dude, I just talked to him. I just talked to him about, hey, before you decide to go look up some crazy shit on your phone, don't destroy your image of what real life is. Oh, yeah, and it makes sense.
From that regard, I had that conversation with my son as well. He didn't listen. He's inquisitive himself.
Yeah.
But, I always tell him, like, Makai, if you're getting ready to do something and it's something that you hear me inside your mind saying, don't do that. It's probably something you shouldn't do.
This is true.
So, and him at 17, brilliant young man, very proud of him. He works with me a lot when he's here. I can't say enough about him. That's one of my children. But he doesn't get in trouble. He doesn't do anything. He is the most laid back, calm 17-year-old ever. Like I coached football through Skywalker as well. 3 years undefeated. Each one of those years that I handed him his championship trophy, it's like,
dude.
I coached him in basketball in Chicago. 2 years, one season completely, the golden season. We didn't lose a game. We lost the last game the first year, but we still won both times, both championships. I have the picture when I handed him his trophy. Like,
Emotionless.
Yeah.
Dude, that's kind of cool.
And then you have my daughter.
Hey, I came to work. I did my job.
I did my job. All right, cool. That's enough.
You said, then there's my daughter.
Then there's my daughter.
That laid backness stayed there, huh?
Oh, it's 100%. She is, listen, Khalees is an animal. She's 14.
Oh, yeah.
She is an animal.
Live wire.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, buddy. Quick-witted. And she
could be good, could be bad. We'll see.
You never know what she's getting ready to say. And I'm the same way, so I know where she got it from. Then my oldest child, Jamie and Junior, he's special needs.
Okay.
Was born 3 months premature, 1 pound, 14 ounces. And I still remember the day the doctors told me, they said, well, you might want to go ahead and call the family in because he's not going to make it past his first 12 hours. And I looked him square in his face and I said, that boy comes from good stock. He'll be all right. Well, I understand the optimism, sir, but I don't want to hear it.
Is that faith? Or is that like faith in God, or you just felt it, or I don't know?
I can feel it.
Yeah, you're like, no.
I'm not a religious guy at all.
Not at all?
I'm spiritual. Absolutely. I believe in the energies and things like that, but like putting a label on it,
you believe in something?
I believe in God. Yeah.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Yeah. There is a power.
Right. Okay. Okay.
I
thought you were just saying you don't. I'm like, you seem too smart to have been outside and not believe there's something.
Oh yeah, absolutely. I've seen too many things, and even the night that after my son was born,
was describing one.
Yeah, the night after my son was born, and after talking to the doctor, I was laying in my room. I was still living in my grandparents' house at the time, and I was laying in my room, and I was crying. And I heard this loud, thunderous voice say, "What are you crying for? What are you crying for?" And I sat up because it sounded like Pops, but he was upstairs.
Right.
And just laid back down. And I mean, there was some trials and tribulations, a couple of cold blues and things of that nature, because I worked third shift at Caterpillar. And some nights where I got off work in the morning thinking I'm going to go home and go to sleep. And it's like, no, we just got a call. JJ coded. So my kid's mom would have to drive us over because I got my license suspended driving fast. I had a 99 Monte Carlo SS.
You worked it,
and oh yeah, hell yeah! It had 160 on the dash, and I wanted to see if it could do it, and it wouldn't, of course. But yeah, I lost my license, so she would have to drive us over to Springfield. And one time they called, and we shoot over there and get over to Springfield in like 20 minutes, and it wasn't even him. It was another little boy in an incubator next to him, but the name, something, I don't know if it was something about the way the name was or something, but they called us.
They was in panic mode too.
Yep. So. But I mean, I got to spend some time with my kid, and then go back home and go to sleep and all of that.
Yeah, you put in the work, dude.
But he has 19-time gold medalists in the state of Illinois.
Your boy?
17 silver, some bronze, and some ribbons.
Wait, how old is he?
He's 21. He'll be 21 in June.
Wait. So they said he wasn't going to live a day.
They said he wasn't going to make it past his first 12 hours.
And
he
did that same doctor ever come back and go, "Hey, so
no, I don't even, honestly, I don't even remember what he looks like.
Nothing.
I
just remember he
completely blanked him out.
He tried to say some nonsense.
Yeah, tried to steal my joy, as they say. Right. Try to kill my faith.
Oh, it
was tough. It was tough. Don't get me wrong. It was very, very tough.
Right.
But that's one thing I always give my kid's mom. I give her flowers because I had to go work to take care of the family, and she had to deal with a whole lot of, the medical aspect of JJ. And I mean, it wasn't like.
What is his condition? What is it?
He was just born premature. So now he is high functioning autistic, left-sided weakness.
Okay.
Grade 4 brain damage just from being so premature.
Yeah.
And
I'm just not familiar.
He didn't walk till he was 3.
Okay.
His first word was juice. So that's his nickname.
That's
juice.
Great, dude.
And just absolutely defying the odds. Excuse me. So like when I look at a kid like him and see just how many obstacles he had to go through and he still smiles, seeing that, defying the odds and whatnot, nobody can ever tell me there is no God.
Right.
I just won't put a name on it.
Right.
Yeah.
Right.
That's
I feel that. I feel that. Yeah. Not to mention, it gets more, even if you wanted to, now give it a year and we'll change that God too.
Yeah. It'll be something else.
Yeah. It's crazy.
It's ever changing.
Yeah. Do you, I want to get into what you do, but I just want to go here for a second. Are you follow politics and shit at all? Or are you like, I'm not paying attention to that
I do, circus. But I don't. I do just enough to, how do I put this?
Pull that up just a little bit towards you.
I do just enough to keep up with the value of my dollar. But after that,
so how crazy is you follow this Doge thing? They're uncovering all the money that we've just been
giving away.
Come here.
Yeah. I mean, it's
like, wait, if you guys are on me about my little small business taxes and we're still in billions?
Thank you.
Come on, man.
From a businessman standpoint,
that is insane.
It's sad.
I just have to laugh or can't get mad, I guess.
No, there's nothing you can do about it. There's nothing all you can do about it.
Yeah, we can. Pay before 18th. Pay again.
Yeah. I've always said, this, why do we send so much money overseas?
And then it's like
I could take you to a side of town here in Decatur that could use some funding, we'll send all this money for foreign aid, all these different places, but we have veterans who come back from fighting wars and they're on the streets.
Dude, $40 million in condoms to stop the spread of AIDS in Uganda. $40 million
in condoms?
In condoms. And it goes, yeah, they didn't make it. What are you talking about? That's like me and you know each other. I go, dude, go to Uganda. Just set up any corporation. Mm-hmm. I'm about to get us a bunch of fucking money.
Yep.
Hand out some rubbers, bro.
There you go.
What? But I'm like, what? I thought that was a joke when I heard it because someone had Elon like on the hot seat going, now that you know that because he made kind of a joke of it and saying like, oh, we don't need to give a crap about other countries or our own having sex with each other. Mm. Like we need to deal with that individually. And the lady goes, well, how do you feel about that? Would you like to retract that statement now that you know it was for the prevention of AIDS? And he's like, oh no, I know what they do. Mm-hmm. No. Yeah. We're $2 trillion in debt. We don't send $40 million to anyone
for some condoms,
for some rubbers, bro. We're feeding people. Yeah, here's $40 million worth of condoms. Meanwhile, half the country's starving.
Right.
Wait, what?
Doesn't make sense.
Yeah,
I don't know. That's the part of politics I don't get in. Even though that $40 million, I may have contributed $2 to it with my taxes. It's still
a lot of $40 million. You give $2 to.
Yeah. You're giving all this foreign aid all over the place. And
home is rough.
Charity starts at home, man. It's got to start at home. So I believe in, before we get to spreading it all out all over the world, like let's make sure that home is good. Yeah. Let's make sure we're good. Our infrastructure is sound and and up to date. Let's make sure our education system is actually teaching kids to think versus teaching them to be good employees. That's the other part. And I even remember when my son was in school, he was going to Johns Hill, and his teacher and I had we had got to kind of a crossroads. I didn't care for. She was upset that I would not allow my son to read like Dr. Seuss books.
Okay.
Because my son is too intelligent to read Hop on Pop with a mop. Like, no, I had my son reading portions of the 48 Laws of Power. I had my son reading one of Jay-Z's books, Decoded. My son has read chapters out of Sun Tzu's The Art of War.
Right.
He's like actually read things, and it's like, Keegan, you're going to come into words that you don't know. And so then
that's when you figure out
that's when we're going to figure out the root word. We're going to go into the dictionary. I actually took that from the way that my grandmother used to discipline me. She told me one time, she said, "You're too big for your ass to get whooped, but I got something else for you." She has this great big blue dictionary. And every time I made a mistake or messed up or whatever, she'd set me down to the table and open that dictionary, and she would tell me, "I want you to write all of these words 10 times each. And on this other page, I want you to write me a story." Do you know how hard it is to write a story when only words you have are like aardvark and anarchok?
They're all from the same.
It's all from the same thing, you know. And it's like her thumbnail. She would take it and she'd just, cut my head in half. Open that book up and tell me, write all these words
and put them in a story.
And then on
you don't know what they mean? Read next to it.
There you
got that.
And so that helped my vocabulary. I hated it then.
Yeah. But
now being able to have a conversation with anybody on any level is amazing. So I actually started doing that with my kids. I used to give them a vocabulary word every Monday.
Yeah.
By Friday, you need to know how to spell it, how to say it, and how to use it in a sentence. By Friday. Right. So, and
would you put like random kind of relevant words that eventually they would need, or would you go totally off the rails?
Oh, I'd go all over the place.
Right.
Especially if I learn a new word that Sunday, this is going to be my kid's word.
Oh yeah.
Because now I need to also learn it.
We're going to start using this.
Yeah, we're going to use it. I want you to be able to talk. You know, and like I tell my son, like, you know, you might be sitting at a table one day, just like even teaching them proper table etiquette.
Yeah.
How to really cut a steak off the back of the fork, not jamming it down like a caveman, just teaching them things like that. And I can't remember if it was my sister or if it was their mom that was like, "Why are you so hard on them about the way that they eat?" You know, they could be sitting down at a table with a gentleman or a lady or somebody and getting ready to sign $1 million deal. And I got that from Bill Gates. When Bill Gates interviews his interns, they come in and they sit down. When the food comes there, if the applicant takes the salt and pepper and immediately starts putting it on his food
before tasting it, they wouldn't get it. So proper table, not saying that. No, what you're saying is right on the money too. And I can also hear my mom or sisters going, "Relax, he's only 5." And it goes, no. If we just decided he's big enough to cut this up, then by the time he's 6, he's going to be cutting it up properly.
Exactly.
You know?
Exactly. Take a bite, put your fork down, and don't stuff your mouth. You know, take smaller bites so that if I ask you a question while you're eating, you can halfway answer me, even though it's rude to speak with food in your mouth. But a jaw full of
you ain't gonna get there.
No, because you know my kids have been places. We've sat down in beautiful restaurants and eaten, and
it's okay.
Like, you're not gonna embarrass me in here.
Right.
Yeah,
right. So, that's fun. That's just weird. I mean, that's very relevant. I never really even put a thing on it. But for you to go, no, this is one of the things we teach. It's like, yeah, I can relate. I can relate completely though, because we go a lot of travel ball, right? Mm-hmm. And for years, it would be, you know, a Saturday evening was usually me footing the bill for 20 kids and 20 adults and a B-dubs or whatever. But it was like I couldn't handle it. Like I would, like all the parents kind of knew. Mm-hmm. I'm just the one who goes, "Hey, like we're not."
All of that. Fight. Oh, you talking about bouncing all over the place?
Oh, yeah. No, you know, even whenever we would like walk up to games, it would be like, that fuckery is out of your system.
Absolutely.
You guys are a troop right now.
Yep.
And so it went from being like, it was almost a joke that I was hard on everyone, but I wasn't hard on them. I loved the shit out of them. I just was going
providing structure.
Yeah. We're going to not have to find you ever. You're going to be right here.
Yep. I'm the exact same way. When I go to a store with my kids, well, now I don't have to worry about it because they're all big.
Right.
You know, so I can see them. But when they were little, I need to be able to see you.
Right.
Stay right here.
Yep.
That hiding in the clothes racks and stuff like that, never allowed
doing that. Yeah.
Nope.
I remember doing it.
I've done it once with my grandma, and I think that's probably the one time she did discipline me by grabbing me by my ear or something.
So you just decided you don't want nothing here, huh?
Exactly. Exactly.
No, that's great though. So I think I've talked about this on the podcast with a few people, because one thing that you're teaching, or I don't know if how your children are now. Well, you said 14, so she's still going to get there. But the 17-year-old's at a crucial time where the ability, even with all the, with the technology in general, the ability to communicate in person, face to face, comfortably, no matter if you open the door, whatever country the person came from, however old they are, for it to just be like, hey, it's another human. How we do? That's so valuable.
So, I mean, listen, dude, I've even not just teaching them how to talk, but teaching them the importance of when you shake a man's hand, you look him in the eyes.
Give it a grip.
Yeah.
Courtesy.
You ain't got to almost break his hand,
but let him know you're
put
there.
Something on it.
Yeah.
And he was like, he would ask me like, why? I said, well, when you shake a man's hand and you look away, that's a sign of fear.
Yeah.
Or you feel that you're inferior to this person.
Right.
So when you shake a man's hand, you look him in his eyes.
Yeah.
You know, and if he holds on for a minute, you hold on for a minute and you make eye contact.
Yeah.
It's just the way you should carry yourself as a young man.
Yeah. And you won't notice what's going on until you shake someone's hand and they limp hand you and look away and you go, what the fuck you do?
Yeah, man, shake my hand right.
Get up in here.
Put something on it. Let's be men again.
That's funny. No, but I say that because I think that it is personal communication is becoming a lost art. That's one of the most valuable. Like, you can not be that smart. Honestly, you cannot be a master of any trade if you are good at.
If you can talk.
How many people in your life, we used to look at him and go, fucking car salesman ass dude. And it's like, oh no, he had a very good quality. He could go
and talk.
Start off as being the annoying person who next thing you know, you're like, no, this dude's actually cool, man.
I was a car salesman at that time too.
Next. Yeah. And I know a lot of dudes who they were like, we're hustlers, man, ran the streets. And then that became a thing that was like, wait, I can make whatever I can decide what I make. Oh, let's go. Yeah. So, but no, that's good. Well, it sounds like the upbringing had everything to do with it.
Everything.
So what was the first, you don't work for anyone but you, correct?
No, I drive. I'm a truck driver. Oh. So I drive for a company called HTH, which they're right across the street from here. Yeah. So I'm a driver operator for them during the day. And then after I get off work at 4:30, that's when it's go time for me. And I always say, I can't remember where I heard it from, but it was like, why would you give 8 hours to somebody else's dream and not 8 to yours? So I try to make sure that, of course I work 10 and a half hours.
Right.
I can't give myself 10 and a half hours. So I got to sleep at some point. But I try to make sure that when I get off work from there, I have it all structured out to where I'm home by 7:30, 8 o'clock. But in that time frame, I've probably installed 2 hot water heaters. I've probably, fixed 5 sinks, 5 leaks, this, that, and the other. So in that time frame,
the company, what is the Holder Family Helping Hands?
Yep.
That is like a handyman type,
home maintenance.
Yeah, I was trying to know what the hell the word is.
Painting, everything.
Okay.
And there's some jobs that I have to unfortunately turn down just because I don't have the equipment.
Oh, it's only proper of you to be the one to say I can't. I'm not
going to be able to do that because of this.
Right.
If you got anything else. Yeah, I mean, and even like with the way I run my business, I make sure that it's fair. Yeah. And I make sure that it's professional. I make sure that if I tell a customer I'll be there at 5 o'clock and it's 4:55, 4:50, I'm already on your street.
Right.
And I'll let them know, hey, I'm outside whenever you're ready. Just give me a holler.
So do you have people? You have employees?
Yes, I actually, and it's crazy how I did it. I actually hired my mom.
Okay.
My mom was my very first employee. She's my secretary.
Okay.
So I have a contract with a gentleman out of Chicago, millionaire investor or whatever. He probably has 40 or 50 houses around here right now. So he buys the houses. I walk them, make sure everything is up to code. If they're going to be on Section 8 or if they're going to be private pay, I go in. This outlet is loose. This one's burnt out.
Oh, you test everything. You're just going through it.
Yep, go through it, and I have my mom write up the invoice. I email him the invoice. He approves it, and then it's go time.
Okay.
So, hey, you got black mold in the basement.
You send a list of this is what all needs done?
Yes.
He says, okay, do it.
Yep. And he has a property manager, really, really kind lady. I love working with her because she's down to earth.
Okay.
But she and I will walk them together most of the time, but sometimes she's property manager for more than one person.
Sure.
So I'll walk them by myself, and I'll see okay, we need mini blinds, we need paint.
I think trust that's part of a develop a relationship. Then it becomes all right. Yep. He's fine.
Yeah, he's good.
He's gonna
And I try to make sure it's all fair. I got into a disagreement, but a discussion with a gentleman at Lowe's, and he said, you're always in here. I'm in Lowe's so much that it's like, hey, Jay, what are you working on today?
I've been there.
But I was talking to another guy, and I was actually getting the flex lines, Shark Bite flex lines for the hot and cold side of the top of the hot water heater. And he said, man, you always in here. What do all you do? I said, I do everything. I said, right now I'm working on, installing a hot water heater for a customer. And he said, what do you charge? And I said, $175. Oh, no. You got to raise your prices, man. You got to raise your price. I said, why? I said, what do you charge? And you do it. Oh, $450, no less. I said, dude, do you realize that most people don't even have the $600 for the hot water heater? And now you want to charge them $450 more on top of that plus material?
He's like, yes, that's exactly
that's what he said. And I said, that doesn't make sense. He was like, man, you cutting yourself short. I said, how? I said, how many hot water heaters do you do a month? Oh, about 5 or 6. I did 13 last weekend.
Right.
And it takes me 42 minutes.
Right.
I time myself.
You're like, I got this shit down to a science.
Yeah, most of the time while the hot water heater is draining, I'm already doping the top of the other one. I already got this going.
We're going to slide, and let's roll.
Shift it in, hook the gas line up, test for leaks,
let's
fill it, and let's go.
You're hot.
We're done.
Man.
And then I call my scrapper and tell him, hey, I got a hot water heater for you to come get. And he'll come to the house and get the hot water heater and get it up out of here.
Huh. Well, no, that's good. But the thing, the pricing of shit is just,
man.
So here's what happened, right? Is I'm a contractor too. I do different type of shit, but even on like the commercial and industrial, everyone took that COVID shit and we all got our prices raised on stuff, but then everyone just decided to get greedy.
Yeah.
Collectively.
Yes.
That's why the dude's like, raise your price. I don't want you to be cheaper than me. And you're going, oh, I know you're fucking people. I don't want to.
I don't want to be a part of it. Another lady, Miss Mary, I saw her at Lowe's as well. She was buying a toilet. And I'm in business. I do that.
Yeah.
I said, you got somebody to install it for you? She was like, yeah. I said, okay, if you don't mind me asking, what are they charging you? Oh, it's $300. You're paying $300 to set a $200 toilet in the floor?
Throw a ring and roll, right? It's pretty simple.
She's like, what do you charge? $125.
Right.
$125 is it. It's 12 minutes worth of work.
Right. You want your old one to disappear, you want it in the garage. What you want to do?
There you go. There you go. I can take it outside, break it up, put it on the curb for your garbage man to come get it. But $300, and it's like, because when I first got started, it was an elderly lady. She went 3 weeks without hot water.
Because she couldn't afford it.
She couldn't afford it. She fixed income. So her son comes in town and he finds out mom doesn't have hot water. She has these tall pots on the stove that she's heating her water with to clean herself, to clean her dishes and things. And I believe he made was it a status on Facebook or I think somebody may have given him my number. And he reached out to me and everything. And like Mike, I'm not going to say actual names, but there's a company here that quoted her at $600 to put the hot water heater in. The hot water heater she needed, a 40-gallon tall A.O. Smith 3-year warranty, $519, $550 after tax. You want to charge this lady $600?
Oh, $600, not for the hot. I mean,
no, just not for the hot water heater. It was $600 for them to do their thing. And I'm like, dude, I don't believe in getting over on people, man. I don't.
Right.
And it's like I said, it's 42 minutes worth of work.
Right. Well,
I just don't believe in it. I mean, and it's, like even like he was saying, he does like 5 or 6 of them a month. And I was like, I did 13 in a weekend.
Right.
Friday, and so when my son is here, that's when I really book my schedule up, because I can tell him, Keegan, go dress that hot water heater, get it ready for me. While I'm over here doing this with this one, getting this one unhooked and all that kind of stuff, he knows how to do that.
Right. You guys got it.
Yeah. Even on like some houses with furnaces and stuff like that, that want a light and short cycle and things like that, pretty much got that down to a science. Makai, we need to take that upper limit switch out, lower limit switch out, or take out the thermocouple, clean it, put it back in. He can do it.
Okay. Yeah, so, you guys know your shit.
Yeah.
Well, good for you for not trying to, I mean, of course, let's not bullshit anyone. The whole idea is to make a better living.
Yeah.
To create something, but to not take people through the ringer. I think that's the valuable part is, hey, what about the person who you gave the quote to who doesn't call you back and they don't have anyone else? So now they're just don't have it.
Yeah.
Guess I'll just, guess I'll put a pot on the stove till I can, 6 months goes by and I can come up with $500-$600.
Yep. Yep. There was actually a house that I went to, the hot water heater went out. I relit it.
Hey, I got to interrupt this episode just for a few minutes to tell you about the sponsors of the show. If you're looking for healthy, delicious meals delivered right to your door, Factor's got you covered. A lot of us who have unhealthy eating habits is simply because we're going nonstop throughout the day. And when the evening comes, we're about ready to crash after we shower, not to spend 45 minutes in the kitchen. Well, Factor specializes in customizable, affordable meals that fit your lifestyle. Whether you're trying to eat healthier or simply don't have time to spend in the kitchen and are tired of spending your time in a drive-through line, Factor's got you with a wide variety of chef-prepared meals. You can enjoy nutritious options that save you time and keep you fueled throughout your day. When you get online to set up your plan, you can specify what you like and don't like, where you're going for, whether it's gluten-free, high protein, low carb, low calorie, or if you're not a picky eater and just want that palate to be surprised, they have Chef's Choice, where chef picks it and they deliver it. They're quality meals, professionally made, packaged, and delivered. I know a lot of you think there's no way a meal that's made some days ago can be any good. You're in for a rude awakening here. They have you covered. You're going to thank me for trying this. And when you do try it, you can get an incredible deal. Use code BB50 for a limited time. You'll receive 50% off your first order. BB50. And you'll get 20% off all future orders, but you have to act on that 50% first. It's a perfect way they're making healthy eating easy and convenient. So head over to factor75.com and start your journey to healthier meals today. Don't forget to use that code BB50 to unlock your discount. Your backyard should be more than just a patch of grass. It should be a destination. At Family Home and Patio, they bring the best of relaxation and fun straight to your home. Immerse yourself in luxury with their top quality hot tubs built for comfort and crafted right here in the U.S. Take a plunge with a brand new pool, whether it's elegant in-ground escape or a convenient above-ground favorite. They install them all. Keep it sparkling with their full line of pool and spa supplies, and trust their expert technicians to keep your water clean and clear and your equipment running smoothly. As a family-owned business, they believe in quality care and craftsmanship, and because your backyard deserves the best. Upgrade your outdoor space with Family Home and Patio, your trusted source for everything pools and spas. Call 217-877-2808. Visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com, or if you're in Decatur, Illinois, come on through and pay them a visit and see how they can make your dream oasis a reality. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Most of you have seen the Beyond Business reels of past guests or even me while you're scrolling through. I'd love to be the one taking credit for the hard work of clipping, editing, posting, all that multiple times per week. I don't do it. I drag it, drop it. Opus Clips does it all. You don't have to be a video editing whiz to create stunning clips that resonate with your audience, and you don't have to try to learn how to become a video editor. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. If you're ready to elevate your content game, scan the QR code right here to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. So what are you waiting for? Click that link and start creating captivating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. Aerial Elite Solutions is a drone service provider specializing in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data collection for a variety of industries. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site survey for a construction project, detailed inspections using IR, or captivating footage for your events, Aerial Elite Solutions has expertise in cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. With FlyAES.com or contact them at 330-7226 to learn how you can transform your business with their service. With nearly 100 years of experience in lightning protection system design and installation, Midwest Lightning Rods are the trusted experts in keeping your property safe from the dangers of lightning strikes. Midwest Lightning Rods specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is a safe haven during the storms. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself the peace of mind this storm season. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com for more information. Now, let's get back at it.
Hot water heater went out. I relit it, and it wouldn't stay lit. So I actually made a mistake, too, because I was actually at home. I was doing nothing. I was like, please, we don't have any hot water. All right, I'll run by real quick and light it. It's going to be $50.
Right.
Because it's Sunday. It's going to be $50 for me to come by there and light it. And even that price, I got that price based on what I made per hour at Ameren.
That's your value.
That's my value.
Yeah.
And I know what I made per year at Ameren, but they paid me, I think it was $42.93 an hour. When I left, it was $44, something like that. So
you're like, yep, then I'm worth $50 an hour.
I'm worth $50
somewhere.
an hour. Yeah.
So I'm gonna do it here.
So to go in and relight a hot water heater and check it out or whatever, but the vent on the top of it wasn't the right way. And the little kid's room was right there, right next to it. And I was like, hey, I'm not gonna be able to light this. I was like, oh, why not? I said, you don't have proper ventilation. Oh, we'll fix it later. That's not something that you can fix later.
Right.
We need to take care of this now.
Yeah, this is no good.
Or I'm not gonna light it. I said, because all that CO is going to go back into the room.
This is bad news.
Your kids are sleeping, dude, and you don't want to do that.
Yeah.
Oh, man, you can't just go. Nope, can't do it. And I refuse jobs sometimes.
Right. Right.
Based on either that or you're going to pay me a crazy amount for hazard pay.
Right. And you're going to be signing some shit and all. Right.
You're going to actually go ahead and pay me now, and then I'll get the job done.
Right.
But yeah, I went into a young lady's house, and I'll never say her name, where it is or nothing. She asked me not to, and I said, I don't do that. I won't tell nobody, hey, I was over at Keisha's house, and Keisha's house.
Yeah.
I won't do that.
Right.
But I actually went into the house.
Sorry,
I had
Keisha.
my bag.
You didn't mean it.
I had my bag on my shoulder, and I was like, I'm sorry, I'm not going to be able to do this. And she was like, well, why not? I said, there's no lighting. I don't know what I'm standing on right now. And I could feel the water is flowing. She had a busted pipe in her wall, but that's not what she called me for. I was like, I'm not going to do this job. I'm sorry. And I said, it was a smell that grabbed me by my face.
Death, huh?
And we sit there and we talked for a second, and I was like, how are you mentally? She was like, I'll be honest, I've been down for like a month. And I said, why is that? What happened? The human in me wants to know. Because you're
like, something's
off.
You don't live here. You can't
it's
live
impossible
here
for you to be
and
okay.
be okay.
Like this. What did she say? She lost a grandmother on a Monday. Her last living grandfather the following Monday. While they were at the funeral for the grandmother, they all got a call that the last living grandparent had passed. That's 3 grandparents in a 3-week time. Yeah, just right back to back to back. And I said, well, this is a sign of depression, honestly. And she said, what do you mean? Because I've gone to therapy before.
Yeah, me too.
And typically when your living area is a mess, It's an outward reflection of what's inside your mind. And I said, I see why now.
That's not so inaccurate, right? I've had times to where, throughout, like, to where it'll be like, whether it be the truck or the shop or the house, where it's just like, hold on, get it together, bro. What the fuck are you doing?
I mean, and there's a difference between like getting like crazy busy and like you just don't have time.
Yeah, no, but I know just the funk, man.
Yeah, you're in that funk or whatever. Like I even had I'll be honest, I had a 2-week time frame where I wasn't getting home till 11, and there's a dish in the sink, but it's like, I'll wash that tomorrow.
Yeah,
I'm tired.
I ain't got nothing.
I get up at 5:40.
I don't need that right now.
Right. I don't. I'm gonna just leave it there. You know. So there's a difference between having a little bit of clutter because you're busy.
Yeah.
But then the other portion of it, and I told her, I said, hey, won't you just take a weekend, turn your phone off, put some music on, in one room at a time. She called me back like a week or so later and said, hey, you know, if you still can you come by here? I had to put a new shutoff valve on the main water line coming into the house. Now I got back over there. That basement was immaculate. She said, I took your advice. I said, what all did I say? Because I say a lot. She's like, you told me just to turn my phone off, put some music on, and clear it all out. I even told her, like, listen, if those emotions come to you, accept them. Don't fight it. Just accept them.
Yeah.
You know, I did that with my father because I even caught myself using my father's passing as an excuse sometime. You know, I was mad yesterday because, you know, I was missing my pops, and I was missing my pops, but that was no reason for me to be an asshole to somebody. I just was an asshole to somebody.
That just was, I could blame him real quick for that.
Yep. But my therapist, James Dewey, out of Springfield, he told me, he said, you know what you need to do, Jay? I said, what's that? He said, just sit down on your couch and just let it go. I'm like, what do you mean?
Whatever you got to do to let it go.
You get off work today, sit down on your couch and just let it go. And so I went home and I just let it go. So I cried. Yeah. You know, I was angry for a minute. I laughed at things that I remembered. Right. And cried some more and just let it go.
And it worked. Yeah, I think we're programmed, or maybe expected, so we stay programmed into, and we even kind of teach our sons, or I mean, overall, that dudes, we have to do a certain thing. And that strength involves taking that shit that's bothering you and just pushing it down. Yeah. And that is a terrible idea.
It is, because that's why we die at like 55 and 60.
Or we go, oh man, I wish I would have knew this at, at 40. You go, wish I would have knew this at 20. I could have had life a little bit better. Yep.
Well, I tell my son, like, hey, listen, if you got to cry, kid, cry.
Yeah.
But just cry in the shower.
I was going to say, you can be a leader and still, you don't, don't water work. Don't make me, don't be out here embarrassing a motherfucker.
Yeah, don't be all in school and shit crying. And
my dad said it was okay.
My daddy told me I can do it. Yeah. No, I didn't say do it that way.
No. I don't even want to know it happened.
Yeah, no, go cry in the shower, man. Get it off of you. Don't tuck all that in.
Yeah, for real.
There's nothing wrong with it.
It's funny you say therapy, which I don't know what made that start becoming okay in the last since COVID, I think probably.
With therapy?
Yeah, but I really think I don't know many people who I don't think should be in therapy here and there. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. For what you said a few minutes ago, taking as a man, push that shit down somewhere, get a therapist.
That's what I'm saying. Isn't it crazy though? I don't know how you. I just met you today, but like me in my 20s, maybe until 5, 6, maybe 10 years ago, it was like, there's not a chance you would. I would think talking. Let me go tell a stranger shit that I won't even tell people I love that don't judge me, because I still want them to have that picture of me that they have. Yeah. You know what I mean? I don't want to disappoint the people that love me by telling them the truth. Right. You know what I mean? And then you get a random stranger that has a pretty good gift of gab, way to get you to start talking, and then you go, "Fuck, that 45-minute Zoom call got me right, man." I was like, "What the fuck? That's what I needed."
Yep, that's it.
This stranger in North Carolina talking to me, right?
Listen, and I tell you what, not like a black or white thing, but I strongly encourage black men to go talk to somebody,
right?
Because like in society, I guess we're taught even in our homes, we're taught that you have to be this all the time.
Right.
Right. And it's like, no, you actually don't.
Right.
You know, you can be capable of it at all times, but you don't have to be it at all times. Go talk to somebody.
Who did I have
that shit off of you?
Who? Antoine McClellan.
Oh, good brother.
He came in, right? I've known him. He's been a referee and umpire forever, so he's watched my kid grow up, and I've been yelling at his ass at every event.
And anytime he is ever, and I hope he sees this, anytime he ever referees, I give him as much shit as I possibly can.
No question. As soon as he gets out of the car, I'm like, open your eyes. And he's like, damn, I ain't even.
He has a brother too, and then there was another gentleman, and man, I made that guy feel so bad. And I didn't mean to. It's just he was calling the stupidest shit, or he wasn't calling anything at all.
All right.
And I just happened to look down, and like his shoes was like 2 sizes too big.
So you had to get him?
Yeah, I was like, you out here running around with these big ass shoes on, not fucking using your whistle. He turned around, he was like, man, you say anything else about me, man, I'm gonna have to put you out. All watery eyed and shit.
Put some air in that fucking thing. That's funny. No, but he came in and he was telling me about, I don't know if it was an idea or if it was something it's already in fruition. I don't know what it is, but it's a men's group. And I think he did call it like a black men's thing or something, but it was that. It was designed for, like the leaders would be older people in the community that go and almost just, kind of just chop it up with everyone, group style, but also there would be that, you get the 20, 30-year-olds in there too, and they can see people being vulnerable. But he said that was something they were working on. And I said, the problem is, why most people don't talk about things because they don't want people to know.
Right. Right. I mean, honestly, so if something like that was available, I wouldn't have a problem attending. But I know me being me, I would be very, very reserved. Like I'm going to give you a little bit,
sure, because you're going, hey, I can't.
Yeah, no.
I mean, that's I guess what makes
the therapist
that doesn't know me even
they legally can't say anything,
right?
They can't pass that information.
I remember when mine goes. It was like about 4 sessions in, right? I did one a week, and it was like. They're like, okay, so my job now is to tell you what I've learned about you, and you tell me how that picture seems. Okay. And it was just like, dude, have you ever thought about lightening up on yourself? Like it was like, dude, you're like Mr. You ain't shit. Or you don't think you're, and I'm like, I don't think that, do I?
How about yourself?
Yeah. Like they're just like, hey, it sounds like, you're describing some things that are really well. And then you think that the one in charge of them is just shitty at everything. And I'm like, well, damn.
Didn't really see it that way.
No. So it was even that reflection of going, well, I'm supposed to be hard on myself. And they're like, yeah. But you're like, rude, mean to your
you gotta give yourself some grace.
What are you punishing yourself?
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
Are you a cutter, bro? Right? No, but it was just to have someone go, chill, dude.
Yeah, it's okay.
Yeah. It's okay. I don't know where you think you're supposed to be.
Yeah, but
you seem like you're okay.
Yeah.
And I'm the one you just told all that crazy shit to.
Right.
And I still think it's like,
Yeah, all right.
Yeah, you're all right.
Yeah, and the other part of it, like when you said you don't want to tell somebody that you love, but you'll tell a therapist, I think it's sometimes people don't understand that they're part of your problem.
Right.
So it's like I can't really tell you
this is true
what's going on because you're part of my problem,
And we can't just say, okay, we're going to stop this conversation and that part of the day's over. Now you want to go grab dinner? And they're like, no, motherfucker, you just told me I wasn't shit to you.
You just said
you can't stand everything about me.
Right.
It's like, I don't
eat anything.
Yeah, right. Yeah. That's funny.
That's the other part.
Yeah. So. Well, yeah, so it does. It makes sense. I mean, I don't even know how. I think it's just more almost expected. And I know a lot of the people I know that are our age-ish that are entrepreneurs or business owners, 100% of them have went from using a bottle as a therapist to getting away from that and now actually having one. And that's what makes their relationship work, their business work.
I can tell you, like I said, I'm a very, very honest man. That's part of the reason why I resigned from Ameren.
Why is that?
It drove me to drink.
Yeah.
Oh, dude, listen.
You needed a cocktail, dude.
A cocktail, my ass, dude. I was getting a half pint of Crown Apple.
Let me bury this back.
Yeah, let me go ahead and put this, because it's like every call that you go to is a possibility that you can die.
Yeah. And
that seems kind of dark, but it's just like, the last call out that I didn't accept before I resigned, the house blew up. I remember being in my training classes and them playing back a video of a woman who called in a gas leak, and the lady was like, all right, ma'am, because they have a script. Don't turn off any cell phones, don't light anything, don't this, don't that. Go ahead and get out of the house. And the woman got upset and was like, bitch, you don't tell me what to do in my house. She was like, man, I'm trying to tell you that for your own sake. This is a recorded call. And she was like, I'm going to light me a cigarette right now. You said you got gas in your house, and you hear that bitch, she's flicking a lighter, and it's like, I have to go to that house while this woman is in here with a gas leak, and you're flicking a lighter on purpose.
Yeah. And you're like, I don't. Yeah. What her problem is has nothing to do with this. I have to go there.
Yep. So I just, man, listen, it was rough.
So how long were you at Ameren?
4.5 years.
And your job was
gas journeyman.
Okay.
Yep.
So, are you smelling a gas leak? Yes. Go.
Yep. Absolutely.
Oh, fuck.
Outdoor.
You go
indoor,
to the
outdoor.
Bombs? You're walking into a bomb.
That's exactly what I'm talking about.
Right?
Yeah, exactly what
With
I'm talking about.
A tool belt?
A tool bag.
I mean, you didn't have a fucking
you have
a bomb suit on or nothing, right?
You have a leak detection tool.
You got to be up in there to use it.
You crack the door open, put it in there, see what the readings are, that kind of thing. If it's high, you go out and shut the meter off. There was protocol to it.
Okay.
It's just that.
Oh yeah, you can shut it off from outside.
Yeah, I can shut it off from outside, but the house is still full.
For sure.
And all it takes is
that pilot light that's still lit to get that draft in it.
And then here we go. I mean, I know it's that simple, but it's not that simple.
No.
But it's just a possibility of.
It don't have to be a very high percentage for me 30% not to want it. What?
30% gas air mixture is explosive. That's the upper explosive limits.
Oh,
below that, it's like, let's just open the door and let it vent out. Turn the gas off. Let it vent out.
I just meant,
leak or whatever.
It seems like there's too good of a possibility that you could walk into something that blows.
Listen,
up.
there was a gentleman that got locked in the basement of a lady's house. She had dementia and forgot that she called, and he was down there, checking for a leak. She closed the door and locked it. He had the radio up. Hey, she locked the door, and then he's beating on the door, but she's in the whole other portion of the house and forgot that he was in the basement.
She just fucked.
I'd have broke that fucking door is what I told him.
I would have been up out of there.
Yeah, somebody had to come to the house.
You would have had to forget why your door was off.
Exactly. What happened to my door?
Well, yeah, I don't know. No, I was going to ask you.
Yeah. I know a guy that can fix it.
Yeah.
I didn't break it too bad. Yeah, he had the radio up, and we had to, go and, somebody had to go knock on the door like, hey, lady, one of our technicians are locked in your basement.
Right.
And so she didn't remember.
That was a good paying gig, though.
Yeah.
So was it after you left CAT? You went back to sell store?
I left CAT, went back to sales at AT&T. I left there, and I have a degree in IT, 2-year degree in IT, associates. Started working for the school district.
Okay.
As an IT technician, managing some of the buildings and stuff like that. I left there and went to Ameren.
And so when you got that job at Ameren initially, was it like, oh, hell yeah, this is a career move?
Oh, dude, listen, you walk in the door. This is 2018. I walked in the door at $37 an hour. I'd never made $37 an hour.
So you were like, bam.
Right away. And it was an old guy used to work there, and I'll leave him. Old guy named Mike. Mike said, put 25% of your pay in your 401k. I'm like, man, that's a lot. He said, have you ever made this kind of money before? I'm like, no. You're not going to miss it then.
Did you do it?
No. No,
of course you didn't.
No, I didn't.
Nobody trying to give up for another 25%.
Oh, man, listen.
But then at the end, you're like, damn, Mike.
What's crazy is Uncle Sam never did bother me one time with the taxes that I paid. It was always cool. I never got a return. I haven't had a tax return since 2005.
Shit's over with.
That was the last one I got. And after that, it was like, hey, you owe $100 or, you break even. I just always wanted to break even. Shit, when I was working at Ameren, I think my first year there, because I started in March, my first year I gave them 12. Mm-hmm. My second year I gave them 18. The year after that, 22.
Yeah.
And then I think that last year I was already projecting to, let me see, I'd have given 15,000 by the time I resigned in June.
Yeah.
And when I got my taxes done, it was like, you didn't give enough. So I'm on the phone with the IRS. I'm like, how did I not give enough? I claimed 0. I let you get what you want. Yeah, but it wasn't enough. I said, so listen, if I invite you to my house and I have a buffet, all of your favorite foods are here, and you come in and you get one piece and you didn't get 4, whose fault is that? It's yours. I told you get what you want. And so, yeah, I ended up having to pay a lot of money back in taxes.
Gotta love it.
Yeah. So they didn't bother me till I crossed 6 figures.
Right.
After that, it was like, oh, he's making some money now. Let's take some. Got to knock him back down a little bit.
Yeah, I want to say if you right when you step into the next tax bracket, if you're going bottom of this tax bracket to top of this one, you can like make $40,000 more a year and bring home almost the same.
Yeah. Yes.
To where it was like, it's like, are you fucking kidding me?
Yes.
That's like after you work 8 months, the rest of the months, I get that.
And see, they had, because we worked so much overtime when I was at Ameren. We worked a shit ton of overtime. Like I think my longest shift was 26 and a half hours.
Oh,
that was straight.
Shit.
You know, and then I would like wire watching, things like that. So you're sitting out there watching live wire.
And it goes after 8 time and a half after 8
time and a half after double time was at the 13th hour.
After 12,
double time.
Yeah.
So
oh yeah, so you're like,
hour, what
do I need to do?
Yeah. Right. So and making great money, but it was so stressful. It's ridiculous.
Yeah. So when you left Ameren, did you go to where you're at now, HGH?
No. So when I left Ameren, I already had a dream. God had already given me a vision of, and I couldn't shake it.
Okay.
And I want to own my own semi.
Right.
So
because that's technically you're a contractor, right? Mm-hmm. I mean, you're subcontract to
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yep. So I will own my own semi. But that was the vision that God had given me, and it was just a small piece to a great big puzzle. So I left there. I already had my CDL. Went and got some endorsements. I drove for Pugsley Container for a little while, and I remember when I walked away from that, I went to dump, and it was farm and road day, and there's like one day out of the week where dead animals and shit like that is brought and dumped at the landfill. They dig these great big holes and all that. They dump all the animals and stuff in there. And this guy backed in and he dumped off like 10,000 chickens, and he had a double tandem. So in this one, it was like 10,000 dead chickens. He dumping them off. And I'm like, Jamie, what are you doing? You're a glorified garbage man. What are you doing? And that's not knocking the garbage man, because we need them. But look what and I just, again, self-reflection. It was a moment. Let me get out of here. This ain't gonna work. So I started driving 480M over the road, still home daily, but I was over the road, Wisconsin, Michigan, Kentucky, Tennessee, all that kind of stuff. And that was great until they started like taking my loads away. Like I need 2,500 miles a week. For me to show up every day and drive, I need 2,500 miles a week. No less than that.
What's that, 500 miles a day? So
somewhere in there, yeah. So, I mean, what they paid us, plus hooking and unloading and doing all that kind of stuff, that's what I need, to make me feel like I'm actually
not wasting your fucking time.
Exactly. So I'd have like a load that'll run 315 miles one way. So 630 miles.
Cool.
And that will get canceled. Oh. And now I'm just going to Effingham. Like, that's all we got for you is Effingham. Like, nah, dude, I was going to make $400 today. I need that run. And it just happened one too many times. And the last time that it happened, I got hooked up, was getting ready to pull out, and the dispatcher was like, oh, that's not going nowhere. We got to take that back. There's something wrong with it. So I park it, let my truck regen for the next day and all that kind of stuff. And the guy he came out there with is leaving with that load. It was supposed to be going to Grand Rapids, Michigan. So I go back in like, hey, dude, that's enough of this shit. Like, you're intentionally taking us new drivers, you're taking our loads and giving them to your friends.
Oh, is that what it was?
Yeah, that's what it was.
There was only X amount of work, but he was going to make sure the ones that
he was
wanted
make sure that
the runs
meat,
got they wanted.
He was going to give all the meat and the potatoes to his buddies, and then we just get like the juice and the carrots.
You drive for 4 hours.
Yeah, hell no, I'm not doing that.
Right.
Nope. So I left there and, what did I do? I did security for the school district for a minute. And then from there, that's when I went to HCH.
Yeah. So do you have a truck now or do you drive?
That's it.
Okay.
I'm saving.
Is that your
money
goal?
I make off this? Yeah, a lot of the money that I make from this gets tucked away. Yep, because I don't want to take a loan out for it. I don't want nothing. I'm going to pay for this.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
So,
and then what will you do with it? Just go see who needs the shit hauled?
Harvest season.
Oh, that's where it's at, huh?
Man, I know a guy right now that has 2 semis and they don't move until harvest season.
I was just going to say, so you could technically just do focus on what you're doing until harvest season and crack it.
Yeah.
So how close are you even trying to make it so you're, you only work for you or you want to?
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. My mom always said I had a problem with authority. And as I've gotten older, I don't have a problem with authority. I have a problem with dumbass authority. I have a problem with listening to a guy and having to do what he say just because he's a supervisor.
Right.
But what he's saying is stupid.
Yeah, some random gave him that.
Yeah, it's dumb. Like, even on the job that I have now, they wanted me to dump off a half a load, go out to ADM rail, climb in the back of it, scrape everything out of it, and then come back just to put 7 inches of water in the back of them. I'm not doing that shit. It's stupid. Jamie, I'm starting to have a problem with you not respecting my authority. I said, what's your job title? Well, you don't even know what the fuck your job title is. So what authority am I not respecting? I said, that's dumb. First of all, you got an X, Y, and Z. We need a confined space permit. And I'm a driver, dude. I go to work clean. I come home clean.
Oh, right.
Yeah,
right.
No, I'm not climbing in the back of this truck scraping nothing. I wear a white sweater, a white hoodie to work some days. And when I leave work, it's still white.
Oh, so you're going, that's just not to be one to go, hey, that's not my job description, but you're asking me to go to work and do some totally different shit.
Some unsafe shit. That's the other part. You want me to go do some unsafe shit, and I'm not doing it. I've told my director,
so is it
everybody.
Do you feel like and I'm not saying they don't, but you feel like if they treated you better that you would do anything? If it was a company that you really liked and you felt like you were getting treated good and they asked you to do that, would you be like, I'll do whatever, man, you guys are the bomb? Or is it like, no.
No, my name, the only time I do
we
something
still
like
have
that,
to have shit a certain way.
The only time I will get down like that is if my name is on the side of it.
You're like, no, if it's my truck.
Yeah, I'd tell them in a minute. They wanted us, even during the colder time of the year, like, hey, we need to leave these trucks running. I've had my CDL for 10 years. I have an uncle who's been driving for 43 years.
Yeah.
So our conversation, after a certain temperature, the glow plugs aren't enough.
Right.
We're talking about below 13, so let's keep the trucks running. Well, no, they don't really want to. And I say, all right, I don't give a shit, because that H, that T, and that H, neither one of those letters are my name. So it's not my name. It's not my truck.
Whatever you want.
Whatever you want to do, baby.
Take a stab. I was just throwing it out there.
Let's do it.
A little fuel might be okay to burn right now.
Because instead of replacing, getting that fuel gelled up in there, that's going to cost you way more than, $150 worth of fuel.
Right.
But at the same time,
it's like,
it don't say my name. My name isn't on there.
Right.
So the only way that I will, like I said, really, really get down and get dirty is if it has my name on it.
Okay. So you have the, I guess, home repair and home service and everything.
Damn near everything.
Company. And you said you have another company.
Yeah, my hauling company.
Oh, that's what we're just talking about.
That was the first one I started.
Oh, you're talking about you're not saying your plan of the semi. You're saying hauling.
That's already in motion.
Oh, you're already hauled. That's what you were saying when you got people that need stuff cleared out. You guys can go do it. Yep. Oh, yeah.
So, at the time when I first started that, I had a truck. I had a Ram 1500. So I could haul. I have a trailer and everything, so I could easily haul things away.
Right.
Well, after 223,000 miles,
okay,
my Ram kind of was like, "Hey, big dog, I'm tired."
Over with, dude.
That was it. So Now, of course, I'm driving an Audi. I can't haul anything in that.
Okay.
But if I get a call that something needs to be hauled away, like a young lady needed some, she had a tree knocked down. Her dad came over, chopped the ball of wood. They kept what they wanted to keep as far as firewood goes, and then the rest of it needed to be hauled away. I went and got a U-Haul.
Right.
Yeah, I'll go and pay that $20 for the day. It'll be included into the price.
Right.
And
so you still make it happen. If you're hauling, you still do it.
Hell yeah. Yeah, I'm gonna make some things happen.
Right.
I'm gonna get it done. So if I gotta go get a U-Haul or one of the truck and trailer or something like that, I'll go in there, go in and get it, take off, go do the job, and I take it a step further and clean the back of the truck out. I'll stop at a car wash, spray it out.
Sure. You're like, I'm gonna be back for one of these trucks, so I want you to know.
Exactly. Exactly. So
actually, because you can rent a pickup and a trailer, you can rent everything.
$40.
Oh, dude,
$40 to go make.
Oh, so that's where. So
$300.
Yeah, so it's like I don't even need to go grab a truck. It'd be a waste to own it because it would take $40.
Yeah, I mean, like when I leave
it costs me that to go do shit anyway.
When I leave here, when we're done with this today, I'm going down the street to pick up a truck. Yeah, I'm going out to Menards to pick up a load of drywall. I'm gonna drop that off, and then I'm going to go get a hot water heater, and then put the hot water heater in, take the truck back, and I'm gonna hang drywall when we get done with this.
Okay.
Yeah. Hell yeah. I'm gonna make some things happen.
That's what you do.
Yeah, I'm definitely gonna make some things happen.
Okay, so if you could take a stab at saying your goal would be by this point of time you would like to not have a supervisor, which I guess I'm saying you wouldn't go to work.
End of July.
Oh, it's coming.
It's already coming.
Yeah,
I've already had to burn vacation days, use PTO days because I have more money on the schedule with my own business.
And that's all you need.
Than what they're going to pay me.
Bam.
Yeah. So
that's it.
It was a Friday. I was supposed to work Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, and I gave my Saturday away, and I used PTO for Friday because I had more money on the schedule than I was going to make in those 2 days.
Dude, this is and you're what? You work 10s?
10 and a half.
At HGH?
Mm-hmm.
So I'm just saying that's with 50 hours of your week being spent. You still are doing good. So if you had the whole day, it's a no-brainer.
If I had the whole day, it'd be crazy.
Yeah.
It'd be crazy. I even, on my lunch hour, I've installed hot water heaters on my lunch hour. I've fixed leaks on my lunch hour.
What's your goal?
My goal?
I mean, what you go? It seems like you just go.
I go, yes. My goal is to...
I mean, are you racing for something?
Yeah, to get fatter and be on the beach. Mm-hmm. And it's all still moving. Moving and grooving. That is my goal. And that's another reason why, like even with my son, I teach my son how to do all these things, not so he can become a blue collar worker if he doesn't want to, right? But just so he can know how to do it. And then the business gets to where it gets to. It's like, hey, kiddo, here go the keys. Yeah. Run it. Send me my yearly whatever. You go ahead and run it. Yeah. And he will know if he gets a call about something or if he will know. Yeah. How to keep things rolling and whatnot. Even with my daughter. Now, my daughter's going to go to college and play soccer. That's a given. Right. She's a freshman right now, starting varsity in soccer. Heck yeah. That's the one I told you. She got all of the dog.
That's her.
It's her. Yeah. My middle son, he didn't get. My daughter has the dog in her that I wanted my son to have in him.
That's always how it goes. Right?
But shit. So she'll go off and play college ball or whatnot. And with Keegan, he's gonna. He's going to find his way. Right. He just actually called me and told me, he said, Dad, I want to let you know I signed up for an apprenticeship. I said, apprenticeship where? He said, through IBEW. I said, okay, what made you want to do that? He was like, is that okay? He's like, yeah, I still have my journeyman card. Wait. I didn't let my card expire.
When's he going to start that?
He starts that as soon as he gets out of high school. He was like, I just don't know can you explain HVAC to me a little bit more? I said, well, that's furnaces, AC units, that kind of thing. I was like, all the stuff that I was teaching you, like with thermocouples and with this and with that inside of a furnace, that's HVAC.
Hey, I pull from IBW.
Do you? Got you.
That's why I'm like, when's he going to be around?
Yeah. He's supposed to be here. Well, no, I mean, not coming here. He's doing it through in Chicago.
Oh, he's up there.
Yeah.
Okay.
So that's what I was saying. Whenever my son is in town, that's when I do my heavy lifting.
I didn't know what you meant in town. I didn't know where. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. They live in Chicago.
Okay.
Really not Chicago. They live in the suburbs.
Right.
There's Porsches and shit parked next door to him and stuff like that.
Well, that's okay.
It is. It's beautiful.
Right, yeah.
So, but yeah, he wants to go into And my kid's mom is like, she has her master's degree and all that good stuff. And she's college.
Listen.
And I'm going to tell you right now, I told her, I said, since you've known me, now my son is about to be 21 in June. I said, you've known me 22 years. Whenever I not had a job.
Right.
I've always been employed.
Right.
I said, but you with your master's, you spent 9 months on the couch.
Right.
Because you were overqualified. You know, they tell you go to college and get all this. You know, I make more than most people go to college right now.
I get it.
And all I got is my 2-year degree that I don't even use. It's just.
Dude, that's when you said your son's going to go into the trades. I'm like, bing, ding, 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 ding. You know what I mean?
Can you imagine at 18, graduating from a program by the time he turns 18, and he's already at $70,000, $80,000 a year at 18?
All I'm thinking is I'm going, after he once he becomes a journeyman, he'll still be 22, 23. Prevailing wage jobs. He's making $70 an hour.
Yeah.
That's fucking insane.
It's fucking incredible.
Under 25 years old?
Yeah. The one thing that I told him, I said, Keegan, I didn't touch $100,000 a year until I was 35.
Them dudes ain't coming to work.
That's when I started making $100,000, and I've consistently done that.
Right.
I said, I want you to get to it faster than I did. Dude. He's like, what do you mean? I said, you touch 100,000 by the time you're 30.
For sure.
Or 25.
It's crazy.
You know,
they make it possible, though.
It's possible. You're going to go through this program now. Hell yeah, it's possible.
Yeah, that is
His mom's
great
upset
for him.
about it, but it's like, you know, listen, I've taught my kid to think for yourself. Like what you like. Don't do shit because if all your friends want to do it, so now you want to do it to be cool with them. Nah, you do shit to make them want to be cool like you.
Right.
You walk your own path. You do your own thing. Even me.
Delayed gratification.
There you go.
You know what I mean? It'll come.
Like even with the trucking thing, my whole one part of my vision with the trucking was I get my first semi and I run it. And I mean, I run it. Buy a second one by the time he graduates high school. But he technically can't drive until he can't get a CDL until he's 18. He's getting ready to graduate in May. So now I have a second truck. Now I put him in that truck. Now he's making X amount of dollars a year at 18. But he told me, he's like, Daddy, honestly, I don't think I want to be a truck driver. All right, cool. You're gonna do something though.
Right.
You know, you got all that information in there, that big, beautiful brain of yours. You're not going to work at a gas station, kid.
Right.
You got to figure it out. You got to do something. So
Right.
He takes some free online course for day trading. Uh-huh. And then now he's found this IBEW program that he signed himself up for. And since it starts after high school, I think I have to sign off on it. I have to ask him about it. But yeah, absolutely. His mom is like, I want him to go to college. I'm like, Kristen, listen, he's only doing enough in school now to keep me off his ass. Same way I did with my schooling.
Yeah, but it's almost like if you don't, I hate to say it, but when we graduated high school, they tried to teach you, go to college, and while you're there, after a couple years and $40,000 that you're going to owe when you get out, after that, then you'll figure out what you want to do, and then you go into that, and it's like, oh, okay, I didn't, and you didn't, but I just mean that was the popular thing. Well, guess what? Now you got a bunch of degreed motherfuckers that come home and they were working at fucking Carlos O'Kelly's and I'm going, wait a minute, what are you guys? And they're like, yeah.
With all education.
Now I owe $80,000 that I have to start paying now, and you can't ever get out of it.
Nope.
So what's up though is now trades is like back them blue collar jobs that, no one used to even want to say that their dad did this for a living. Now that's the shit. I seen this fucking Facebook thing. It was hilarious. It was a reel or whatever, one of the little shorts. It's this heavy set white dude and it's sitting in the cab of this. You could tell it was a really nice truck he was sitting in the cab of. And it had his phone mounted and he had a high vis shirt on. And he's acting like he's crying. He goes, I just remember all my teachers telling me I wasn't going to be nothing but a piece of shit construction worker. And he has nothing but hundreds, and he's like wiping his eyes. He's like, you're right. Yeah. That's all I am. And it was like, touche, motherfucker. Yeah. But I don't know. I think, well, I mean, it sounds like you start at home. You know that you have to start at home if you're going to help anyone, and you got yours in order. So that's the good.
Yeah, hell yeah,
that's
man.
powerful.
Thank you, because it was a lot of woman, get out of my way. I got this. I know what I need to teach my kids. It was quite a few times that, like even my daughter used to stutter when she first started talking, she would stutter. All that kind of, no, hold on, Khalid, stop. Think about what you're going to say and then say it. She doesn't stutter now. But when I was correcting that, it was like,
no, it's just
too
a
hard
thing.
on her. No,
it's just a thing. It's like, no, it ain't.
No, it's not. You know, I don't want my daughter to be beautiful. And again,
in a hurry.
I always go back to the $1 million dinner. That's always what I go back to. I don't want her sitting at a dinner table, getting ready to sign $1 million deal, and she can't even articulate her wants and her desires in the deal, because she can't talk right. No, let's fix this. Yeah, let's fix it now while she's little and still learning to talk.
Man, hats off, dude.
Yeah,
good shit.
See a lot of things, man.
Yeah. So I want to touch on one more thing, and this could be interesting. We'll see. What is your take on? Do you think racism is prevalent, where we're at? I mean, of course on the news we're going to find someone doing stupid shit, but I just mean in general. Do you think that where we're at is
what I think is, as far as racism go, if a person has a time in their day and their thought process in their fucking life right now to be racist, with the fact that when you go to the gas station, is there a white only pump?
Right.
No, we're both having to pay them.
Our shit's getting
prices.
Declined. You know, if we ain't got the money.
You know how much it cost me to fill that damn Audi up? I just filled it up yesterday. It's $74 because I can only put premium in there. $74. You got to pay the same thing if you drove the same car.
Right.
There isn't a section of white only eggs and black. Racism is like the stupidest shit ever because we all in this thing called life. We're all in it together. Every last one of us are.
Yeah.
And so I'm supposed to not like you because you're white, and you're supposed to not like me because I'm black, but it's like, you a cool ass dude. And we just sat down and had a conversation.
Right.
You a cool ass guy. So why should I automatically dislike you?
Right.
Because somebody has taught me my whole life that white guys are bad. No.
So I guess that's it. So what, I guess that's what I don't understand is it comes from home or upbringing or whatever. But that's what I'm going, dude, I've been in this town my whole life. And even the discussions I've had when when Rodney came in and sat down and when Tommy Hayes came in, it's like, am I tripping or I don't remember it being racist when I was younger. Like, I mean, and it was like, no, for some reason. No, it comes back once in a while.
I've literally,
you know what I'm saying though?
I don't think I can remember a time in my life where I've even been called the N-word by a white person.
You can?
I can't.
Oh, right.
And it's not because I'm this great big guy or nothing like that. It's just hasn't it's never happened.
Yeah, it's just like
I personally have never dealt with direct racism. It was a young lady I was dating, lives in Bloomington, and we stopped dating because she was talking about like the systemic racism. And I said, that may be, but at the same time, you and your sister, same mother, same father, correct? She said, yeah. I said, so why is it that your sister, and y'all are like 2 years apart, your sister has 4 kids, 4 guys, you have no kids, you're getting ready to graduate with your bachelor's degree, you already have a really nice job, why is it that you went this way or you went that way? I have a cousin who decided, we lived in the same house, he wanted to go off into the streets. He ran, like the question you asked me earlier, he took off and ran in the streets.
Right.
I didn't.
Right.
I just...
Did it lead to the path that was expected for him?
No, he's still alive.
Did he go to joint?
Yeah.
Yeah. Got an ID number lined up?
Yep, all that. You have a profile, mugshots, things like that. Like I've been to jail before, but never been to prison.
Right.
You know, and it's all because of choices.
Yeah.
I chose. You chose, and we went back and forth about it. It's really all about choices.
But was it prevalent in your upbringing? Did your family go, okay, your grandparents, now they probably have memories that can make them go, I'm just going to not do it.
Yeah,
you know, they had negative.
When she picked strawberries and stuff as a little girl and all that.
So was it prevalent? Like, did they teach you that people are equal, or was it just like, no, they just didn't teach us that we're different?
That's what it was. My grandmother has never sat and told me, white folks. She don't even use the word white folks.
Yeah.
She don't even say it. She don't even talk like that.
Right.
She just pretty much has taught me that there are good people, there are bad people. It's some piece of shit white people in the world. It's some piece of shit black people in the world. It's some really good upstanding white people in this world. It's some really good upstanding black people in this world. I think where the problem is, like, sometimes we don't take a second to realize that everybody is not bad. Everybody is not good either.
It's just people.
It's just people. It's people being people. You know?
We're all in the same fucking circus.
That's what I just said. We all this bullshit rat race together. Every last one of us.
Yeah,
interest rates. Your interest rates are high. My interest rates are high. My fuel cost is high.
Yeah.
Ameren is high as shit.
Right.
Like there isn't like a WP code they can put on there. This is a white person. We don't charge them as much. No, everybody's
if
getting
they
screwed.
do, I need my code. My shit got lost in the mail, man.
And I'm very rarely even at home.
I think that's it, though. It's not, people like to have something to blame.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? If it's like, I'm kind of failing at this, let me blame somebody.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? It's whatever. Yeah.
Even though, you don't get out of bed early enough in the morning to catch the worm, even though you had opportunities, but you did a shitty job on those opportunities, and now you can't get those. Nobody wants to take credit for that.
No.
No.
Well, that's like the amount of unemployed people we have, but you can't go to a restaurant that stays open for normal hours because they can't get people to come work.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
Yeah.
Like, we can be mad because these immigrants are coming and taking jobs. No, they're keeping they're making it so we can go to the store.
Yeah.
I hate to say it.
And even with that, there are some people who have migrated here and illegally or legally, however you want to look at it. But guess what? They wake up and they work. They actually
chasing the dream.
Exactly. They are actually a benefit to society.
Yeah.
But a couple of them slip through the cracks. You got some that, that are gang members and whatever else.
Yeah.
I don't know. It's good and bad in everything. In everything and everyone. It's
cops,
the choice that you make.
Politicians,
cops, all of that. Even with me being a Mason, they talk about, Masons are devil worshippers and all. No, we're not. No, I'm not.
What is a Mason?
I'm a Mason.
What is that?
Masonry.
I see that sign. I got a Harley, right? And I see that symbol on
bikes and
couple
cars.
People's bikes and like Freemasons. That's what it is.
Yep.
Man,
I've been a Mason since January 13, 2003.
Okay, so I read, maybe it was a conspiracy theory book or something. Years ago, I read it. It's some pretty heavy shit, right?
Yeah.
It goes back a long way.
The oldest fraternity in the world.
Okay. So is it something you'd always been into, or you got recruited, or are you like, I don't really want to talk about it?
So no, you can't be recruited. So if somebody steps to you and say, hey man, I think you'd be a good Mason.
You're like,
that's not the way it works.
Fake ass. Yeah. They kicked you out of Chicago branch.
Right. To be a Mason, you have to actually ask me how to become a Mason. Okay. And like even with that, there are some Masons who, like myself, I know my information. I did my own research. I know that it goes all the way back. There is a temple in Thebes, and there is a compass and square engraved on the side of the wall. It's 7,000 years old.
Okay.
So masonry's been around for a while. Like operative stone masons were people who actually built things out of stone. Okay,
so what would you describe it as? A group or a brotherhood?
It's a brotherhood, absolutely.
Is it males only?
Yep. Yeah. Yep. So if you ever see a female, she calls herself a Mason. That's not this. It's a males group. Eastern Stars.
Boyfriend gave you that shirt.
Exactly. Yeah. Eastern Stars. That's the female branch of Masonry. I guess you can say a man can be a Mason and an Eastern Star. A woman can only be an Eastern Star.
And so, what do you guys? Is there like meetings and something like that?
First Tuesday of the month, we meet and we go over things. We go over, and I haven't been in a while because I'm so busy or whatnot. But you go over the bills. Okay, hey, we got the light bill is due, power bill is due, this is this. Go through, approve the checks and all that kind of stuff to pay the bills for the house.
Right.
Our community service endeavors, like what's the game plan for March? What are we going to do in March for the community?
Oh, that's what it is. It's doing stuff for...
Yep. A Master Mason is to be the pillar of his community.
Okay.
You are supposed to do everything that you can to keep your community on the up and up as best as you can.
Right.
And now you actually, instead of having to do it by yourself, you have a whole brotherhood that will do it.
And it's all races. Is it all?
Hell yeah.
And is it worldwide?
It's worldwide. Yeah.
I thought so. I
mean,
you literally have Chinese.
Yeah, I'm here to tell you a story. I took my kids to Grand Turks and Caicos one year, and I'm on the beach. Now I have this, here, but if my arms are down, you can't see it. It was a guy, had it right here real big on his chest. So I looked at him. I threw him a sign and everything. He threw a sign back, walked over. The guy didn't even speak English. He was from the Philippines.
No shit.
He spoke broken English from the Philippines.
That was your common interest right there, brothers, man.
Yep. There, no matter where you go, like even if I travel, if I'm driving, I have a hat and it's all worn down now, but I always put it in my front window and I have my emblems on the back of my vehicle. You pull in places, truck drivers that are Masons, they'll blow their horn at you a certain kind of way. And
okay.
I'll blow my horn
just
back.
Showing respect, showing love,
showing
whatever.
respect and let you know, hey, you got a brother out here with you.
That's what's
if
up.
something was to happen, yeah. So.
Oh, that's cool.
I love it.
That's
I love
cool.
it. I just hate that I don't have the time to be as active as I once was.
Yeah, you need
10 and a half hours during the daytime.
Yeah,
and
you got a lot.
Another
dude.
5 afterwards.
I think you're going to probably amaze yourself whenever you get rid of your regular job that you can you're like in 10 and a half hours what you can accomplish and still have an evening.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You need that.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yep. Try to balance everything.
Yeah. But you need that. It's self-care, man.
Yeah. I take my self-care days.
You do?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'll go and get a facial, a pedicure.
Yeah, let someone rub on these dogs and shit. Yeah, for sure.
Let this Chinese lady look up at me and call me big man.
Look over and say some shit, and you're like,
right.
She's talking shit about these dogs, ain't she?
Yeah. So I take those days, and then I just, I'm too big to get in a bathtub and soak or anything like that. But
but no, it's good. But you know what I mean. You've done it a lot, to where you catch yourself to where you go, and you're like, man, have I had a day off? Wait, what day is it?
When I realize that I'm doing that is when my digestive system is off.
Oh yeah,
because that tells me if I'm not going enough in a day. I've been eating too much on the go food. I've been on the go too much.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I'll get going real quick and lose track of time or whatever. But my digestion get messed up. And then there's a lady here in town, Crystal Shaw. God bless that woman's hands.
I know that name.
Because she cooks. When I tell you, as they say, the good Lord bless that woman's hands to be able to craft some beautiful food, which is something else I was going to tell you too when I got here. So I had made a deal with myself that I can go 45 days local business only.
Okay.
So I ate Crystal whenever because she tags me in it all the time, the food that she makes. And I get it sometimes I don't. So I ate her food for lunch. Debo, Daryl Holloway.
Yeah.
That is a brother of mine. That is a brother of mine.
I don't know him, but I know that grub.
Oh man, he's an amazing individual.
Oh my gosh, that food is good.
He had brunch one day.
Okay.
So I had his brunch. My cousin Vondi, the turkey man.
Oh,
right
my
down
man.
the street. Yeah. I ate that. Those are the places that I ate.
And turkey burger and hood rice.
Oh yeah.
Oh my gosh.
No, you haven't had the chicken tips?
No, but you know what he gave me one day? He goes, "Hey man,
try this
collard." He goes, "You like collard greens?" And I go,
green tacos.
"Yeah, that's it." And I go, he goes, "You like collard greens?" I go, "Well, I mean, no, I mean, I don't want a fucking bowl of them right now."
Right.
He's like, "Well, hold on." He gives it to me. I'm like, "Okay, give me some of these."
Yeah. Yep.
Like, what the hell? That's just amazing.
Yeah,
dude.
him. Shit, where else? But all I did was shop.
Yeah.
Local business only.
Yeah.
And
there's some good stuff.
It was good. I had Crystal do meal prep for me because I'm actually doing her studio.
Okay.
Yep. Her podcast is going to be more geared towards the musical side of things.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm redoing her studio, lighting, painting.
Hell yeah.
All that good stuff. So I told her, I said, hey, listen, I love the barter system. America was built on the barter system.
For sure.
Sort of.
Ish. Well.
Yeah. A little bit of thievery.
Yeah, I was just saying, and they took some shit.
Yeah, took some shit.
They gave him a choice, though.
Sort of. When they chose not to, they gave
life for the land.
Yeah, they gave him smallpox blankets and shit like that. By any means necessary.
That's funny.
But yeah, so I had her do my meal prep in exchange for me doing her studio and whatnot.
Yeah.
I do the meal prep, throw me a couple of them real beautiful meals that you make, and we'll call it good. So
hell yeah.
Yeah. But the other day she had what was it? it was some kind of seafood, but it was like lobster, crab, shrimp.
Oh yeah. So she already started her podcast, or she's going to?
She's going to. Yeah.
All right, man. She ought to. I need to touch base with her, and we'll get her on here to kick off hers.
Okay. Well, let me get finished with the studio.
Yeah, but you know what I mean? To get on here and go, hey, let's talk about what you're about to do, and we'll at least kick a few people her way that pay attention to this and go, hey, let's see what's going on over here.
Absolutely.
No, I love local, of course, which some people get that shit carried away. You still got to be good. I don't give a fuck where you came from.
You know how many fucking times I've had to tell,
but you know what I'm saying?
People like
I'm local.
Yeah,
I see.
Oh, listen, the person that made this shirt, I get my shirts made local.
Right.
My cousin Shaquila, my cousin Galen's wife, Shaquila made the shirt. She made me a shirt and a hoodie. She's going to do my high vis and all that kind of stuff when the summertime hits. When the summertime hits, she's going to make some more because I have to have long sleeves on. 24 hours a day at 8 a.m. But she's going to make my long sleeves and all that kind of stuff.
Right.
And then another young lady that I got her started with her, helped her get started with her business, just supporting the community.
Right.
But as far as you still got to be good,
you can support by going, hey, no matter if your shit's good or not, I'm going to be the one to throw you your first $50. But if you're not good, I'm not going to give you another 50. You know what I mean?
Yeah, to a degree.
You know what I mean? You can't come over and fuck my hot water heater up and I'm going to call you for my next one.
Right. I'm not going to recommend you to nobody else. Yeah.
It's like,
But I see a lot of people, sometimes they want to take off and get into entrepreneurship. And I love how hard it is.
Right.
I'm learning.
You have to be cut from that cloth.
You have to be cut from that cloth.
Yeah.
Because Debo said it the other day on a status he made, like, I don't understand what it takes to be an entrepreneur. Right. A lot of people don't. Like I have now on my phone, I have where my phone goes into do not disturb, my sleep at 9:30. Because I was having people call me at like 11:45, 12 o'clock. I ain't got no hot water. Well, I can't do nothing about it tonight. You're definitely not gonna pay me to get for me to get up out of my bed, you're gonna have to pay me. And like you need to send that now.
To wake me up.
Yeah, to wake me up.
Let that be my notification, wake me up.
There you go. But, you have to really, really, like everything is your name. You know, so when you put your name on something.
Matters.
And say, this is mine. And this isn't some like random name. This isn't Busch Stadium Home Repairs. This is Holder Family Home Repairs. Yeah. So my name is on this.
Right.
So to work it, just like with Debo, just like with Vondi, the Turkey Man, he does highway construction. Yeah. And then off season, he was selling the turkey burgers and stuff like that. It just slowly built it up to what it is right now. But that grind. Oh, yeah. It'll break you.
So if you weren't doing it, see, here's my take on it is it's a gift if you have it, right? Mm-hmm. Or is it? Because I'm telling you, I have been to the point where I have been envious of people who can just be done at 4 and go home, and they don't. What else is happening is strictly about whatever they want, and then they're going to be back in the morning. Like I'm not saying I want what comes with that, or I don't want that as my outcome, but I'm going, oh man, if you're blessed or cursed with this not to stop, then you can turn it into something really good. Or it can fucking kill you.
Yeah. Put you in the fucking ground real fast. But what I started doing was I utilizing my scheduling app on my phone, and I make sure that I'm not scheduling myself 5-6 days a week and only getting to not even rest on Sunday, but like catch up with things on Sunday.
You're intentionally not overextending.
Exactly.
Or your production will be shit. Yeah. And your life will be shit.
Yeah. Because when I feel myself getting tired, I try to make sure I get to a good stopping point. Because when you get tired, you just want to get this done.
Yeah. Then
the craftsmanship starts to fade a little bit. Yep. Like, no, I don't want to do that. I like to provide good quality service to people. Right. So once I start getting tired, but there are some days where I will just, in my mind, will say, today I'm not going to do anything. When I get off work, I'm not going to do anything. Yeah. And so if I haven't received a call or I haven't already scheduled something for that day,
then you're not.
Then I'm not. Then anything that comes in, unless it's an emergency, you don't have heat and it's going to be 25 degrees,
right?
I'll go ahead and take something like that. But I will schedule it for Tuesday.
Not let yourself get burnt.
Yeah, I can't burn out too fast. I'm just getting started.
Yeah, for sure. Well, yeah, I think that your July date, that's pretty solid. That's close. So that's a solid. It's a bold, brave move. Congratulations on that.
I appreciate it. Just got to get my son out of high school and well, Daddy, if you drive, I want to drive. Oh, kid, hey, listen, listen, slow down a little bit here, but get him his graduation present. Then after that, I mean, even my birthday, I'm fly to Houston for my birthday, but I'm not gonna do too much because I want to hit that goal.
Right.
Yeah, I definitely want to hit that goal.
Yeah, but and when it's all said and done, it is like I have to remind myself of this at least, is the stop and smell the roses. Mm-hmm. It's like I also want to be getting as fat as I can on a beach somewhere, but you can't wait till then to smell the roses.
Exactly.
That's what I mean? Or you don't make it, or what I mean? Right. You never get there.
Never make it to the beach.
Yeah. So I think it is important to go, you know what? I'm going to fucking schedule this trip, and I'm not going to schedule work on that day because the trip's scheduled. Let's go. Yeah, that's good.
So,
but no, dude. Well, hey, I think it's cool what you're doing. I'm definitely going to plug up on the screen, and I'll share all your shit for your company. Do you have a website, or is it just Facebook?
It's just strictly through my Facebook right now. And some people have told me like you got to have business cards. Like no,
you don't.
I don't, because the word of mouth aspect of it just took off.
Yeah. You don't have to have business cards.
No, I don't. It's 2025. Who's carrying those anyway?
I was going to say, I think my business card is a UPC, or a code that I just hold it up and you scan it. Then you have the same shit.
They got the dot cards. You can
same idea.
So if I wanted to go into something like that, I would.
But it's easy to go check it out. Here's my Facebook.
Yep.
I mean, yeah.
And then what you get is on my Facebook, if you go look at it, you get the reviews.
Right.
Because the people are, thank you, Jamie, and thank you, Devon Sr., which is my name on Facebook.
So is it on that Facebook page, or does your company have a separate Facebook
No, I haven't even created a separate
Okay, it's just
Facebook
through your Devon Sr.'s Facebook.
Yep. And the only reason why is because I'm just one man right now.
Yeah.
Until when my son's here, yes, it's 1.5, because, I mean, I still know everything that I know, and I'm still learning, but I'm just one man.
Yeah.
So I'm thankful that it is where it is right now, with the revenue that's being generated, the people that I'm helping. I told myself to stop speaking about the revenue, the people that I'm helping,
right?
With the work and stuff that I do, but I have to remind myself that I'm just one man.
Yeah.
So that's the reason why I don't have a website. I don't have other things just yet until I can hire.
Right. You're like,
guys.
If everyone uses me, I can't
exactly.
do it. But yeah.
Yep. So
well. There you go, guys. If you need your shit fixed, blow his Facebook up. Let's make him. You're going to make him hire people by using this guy. No, but it was a pleasure to sit down and talk to you, man. Chat,
Likewise.
Get to know you.
Likewise.
Yeah, I can't. When you said you fought Aaron, I'm like, wait, I think I might have remembered that.
Got my ass knocked out in 1 minute and 10 seconds.
He did.
Yeah. But I always tell people,
he loves it.
One Jamie and Phil, a whole different motherfucker got up.
He's calling you out, bro.
No, I'm not. No, I'm not.
No, I'm joking.
My shoulder bad. I got arthritis in my hands.
He ain't doing nothing but working out some big girl somewhere anyway.
I know it. He a freak.
He is a freak.
Yeah. He's a good dude. He's
an entertainer, bro.
He is. He a good dude though, because we had a couple of deaths in the family last year.
Yeah.
He drove all the way down to Tennessee for one of the funerals and was, of course, here for the other one. So he's all mixed in with the family and stuff like that.
Yeah, that's cool.
He used to have a crush on my little sister, and I showed him the hollow points.
You told him it was enough of that noise, huh?
All I did was I just handed him one of those hollow points. And I said, that's my little sister right there.
This will be on the outside of your body one time.
There you go. There you go. But no, he's a good guy. He goof off and all that kind of stuff.
He's fun.
Well, like I said, that's why I took that fight, because I spent so much of my life saying, like, being afraid. And like, even with this, like, if I hadn't just got over that, I'd have never put this out there. I'd have kept it quiet. Like, no, here, this is what I can do. Let me come show you what I can do. But with that fight, that was the only reason why I took that fight. Yeah. I didn't want to be a boxer. I didn't want to, because they was trying to book me other fights and stuff. I was like, no, I'm doing this once.
Yeah, this is it.
On the grand stage in front of the whole town, 2,300 people. Ooh. I'm doing it in front of everybody.
Yeah.
And I got in there and got the shit knocked out of me. And he didn't even hit me hard. It wasn't even that.
You were just like, I don't know what I was expecting.
It was an adrenaline dump.
Yeah, for sure.
Yep.
Oh,
That's
those are real.
Yeah, it is.
Those are real,
Absolutely.
dude. Yeah.
Because like the way he hit me, some of my buddies was like, "Hey man, did you throw that fight?" I'm like, "Nah, I ain't throw the fight. Like
It looked like you threw the fight.
He didn't hit you that hard, man. I didn't see you." Adrenaline. I was way up, and then came right on down. That was it. So
you're like, I don't even remember going to the ring. Right.
That's the thing. I don't.
I know. It's like one of them.
Yeah, Coach Marlin, God rest his soul, was a beautiful man. He said, when you get out there, big boy, he said, if you got to look at anything, look at the ceiling, look at the ground, look at one of the rings, but don't look at the crowd. All right, Coach, I got it.
Make sure you straight to the crowd.
Yeah, he said, make sure you catch him with that right, because that right, he's going to hold that right, giving me some advice and everything. I walked in there, went up under the rope, stood up, and looked out there and saw you and saw Rodney. Saw everybody.
You like, I didn't look at the ceiling or the floor. I looked straight at the crowd.
Coach Marlin came in there. He said, how you feeling, big boy? He looked up at me because I think Coach was only about 5 foot something. He looked up at me. He said, oh, shit. I'm like, what, saw Coach? Him. He was like, what, Coach? He was like, just stay loose, big boy.
He's seen that you seen.
Yep, he's seen I was floating on the crowd.
Yeah.
I wasn't even in the ring.
Oh, shit.
So.
Yeah, fuck that.
Yep.
Yeah, I'm like, but dude, he ain't no young dude. That's when him and Jordan were fighting. I'm like, I told Jordan, I said, man, you feel like fighting? He's like, no, no, I don't feel like. I fucking feel fucking broke up. I'm gonna beat him up because he's talking shit, man.
Yep. I mean, Jordan and I are cousins.
Yeah.
And so I knew, but I told him, I was like, hey, listen, because people were saying like, oh, Jordan gonna take it easy on him. I said, Jordan doesn't have that.
Right.
He doesn't have that little in between.
Yeah, it's like if we're doing this is my sport.
Yeah, this is my arena.
I'm gonna win the game.
Yep,
real quick.
I'm gonna show you.
And I'm gonna hug the shit out of you.
Yeah, there you go.
Hey, Aaron was you there?
No, I didn't go.
I wasn't either. I just seen someone had done the video of it. Was like there was this fucker diving out of the way from.
He was trying to get out of there. Yeah, he was definitely trying to get out of there. He knew better.
He said, man, I had to work the next day. They're like, man, you had to work the next day when you booked that
fight. Dude, I told him, man, what was you thinking? I saw him at Debbie's Diner. Yeah. I'm real good friends with Tommy.
Yeah.
I seen him at Debbie's Diner. I was like, what was you thinking, man? Like, what were you thinking?
Dude.
And honestly, now that I think about it, he owes me $500. I just thought about it now. I need that. I'm going to contact him.
We're going to turn this into a reel. Coming to collect. Right. Yeah. No, so... from what I heard, it was like it was a great fucking party with some boxing.
Yeah. Yep, pretty much.
Which at the end of the day, the idea I think was to get just people out, man. Bring some people that see, and it turned out well.
Yep. So that's why I'm happy about what Chaz is doing. Chaz and I were in business together at one time. We were doing shows and man, we were providing some of the most beautiful comedy and poetry shows, and
that's great.
It was great, and then it's life kind of.
Yeah,
I got married a second time. Been married 3 times. Don't judge me.
That's good. Third time's a charm. Huh?
No, it wasn't.
Oh, you ain't still married for the third time?
No.
Oh my god.
No,
hey, if you're the lucky fourth lady out there. You're like, yeah, cut this. I'm out.
I don't know about.
Did I say I have some drywall to hang? I'm about to fucking get out of here.
But we went our separate ways. But now he's got the boots on the ground thing, and that's a big
cool, man.
But I had a big job that I was on.
I seen, when Rodney went live with that, I glanced at it and I was like, oh hell yeah, they got that boy packed.
Yep.
And then they had some Door 4. Had a group last night where they were teaching the dance.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? It was packed with people dancing. I was like, oh, okay.
Chad started something.
Get people out, man.
And I got a pair of cowboy boots. I've only worn them twice.
Man, let's get it.
Yeah. No, I wore them 3 times. That third time, I had to put some insoles in them.
Some of them boots are pretty sharp. Now, the ones I have ain't fucking comfortable.
No, they're not.
But they look cool.
They're not. Mine are like cognac ostrich.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Oh yeah, they ain't cheap either.
No.
Right.
No.
Because
I bought them down in Belleville when I was down there for class.
Yeah.
And you look up and like they had a pair of, I think they were like $1,200 albino alligator.
Clean.
It was clean as hell, but $1,200. Couldn't do it.
Forget that. Yeah. No.
Not at all.
Well, dude, I'm gonna let you get out of here because it sounds like even though it's Sunday, you go to work.
Yeah.
You're going to go do some work. Well, yeah, again, man, it was a pleasure to sit down with you. I love what you're doing. I think the idea of you bringing in a young kid to do a little interning with you a lot of these kids don't have the chance to get calluses on their hands by familiarizing themselves with a toolbox as young men. And it's no one's fault. I mean, really, you don't really expect if it's a single mother household, you don't.
It's the man's fault.
Yeah, if she doesn't know how to do it, then it's not her fault that she's not teaching her son how to do it.
Right. The only part of it that is her fault is if she chooses to have a kid with a bum.
Oh, well, that's what they do.
Yeah. Now, if you have a kid with a man.
Bums can get people pregnant?
Oh, man, listen, they bat 1,000. They are batting 1,000. Sperm counting trillions.
Yeah, if you want to get someone pregnant, don't ever pick up a screwdriver and hammer, and you're going to be successful.
You're going to be all right. Get them pregnant
with no money and no,
no.
But I think what you're doing is really cool. It sounds. It'll be interesting to see how this goes. I want to keep touch with you just to see what happens after July.
Yeah,
because I think that'll be a cool move for you, man.
That's what I'm going for.
Be awesome. Well, and so I'm like this. Whenever that point comes, or whenever the time comes where you're like, now I'm ready to fill my books and I got more time, then let's do something again and put it out there. Like,
all for it.
Because I mean, right now it sounds like you're doing good. If someone needs you, get a hold of you, but you're not trying to see how much business you can get right now.
I am.
Okay.
Absolutely, I am. I'm just trying to keep it to where, because like I said, when I first put this up, dude, I leave my house at 5:45 in the morning. I'm up at 4:45. I leave at 5:45 in the morning, and then I'm not getting home till 11 at night. 12 o'clock one night. Just trying to get all of the business that I can, and it's like shit. I mean, thank God I can go to sleep at work.
Right. It's a good problem to have.
It's a great problem to have. Yeah. Absolutely great problem to have. But then I always hear my pops, and he used to tell me this all the time. Like, boy, all the money that you need to sustain you for your whole life, you ain't gonna make it all at one time.
Right.
So when I start hearing him, that's why I teach my son. If you hear my voice in your mind, when I start hearing him, like, slow down, kid.
Right.
You burning the candle at both ends. That's when I'll back up off of it a little bit. Take some time for myself, and then let's get back to it.
Yeah.
That's why I'm aiming to make it. I want to make it big enough to where I can actually hire somebody that I trust.
Yep.
And, do it like that.
Divide and conquer a little bit.
Divide and conquer.
Well, so is the guy up that you have the properties, the guy from up north that has properties down here that you help take care of, is that enough to keep you completely busy? Or is it like, no, it's just a nice little lock-in that you have?
No, if the only reason why I won't 100% lock all the way in is because the people that help me get started, they will be left without my services.
Oh.
Yeah, 50-some houses.
That's a lot.
Yeah,
that's why when I just thought about that, I'm like, wait, that's a lot of work.
It is.
Yeah,
it's quite a bit.
Okay,
and I always make sure that when my bid comes in, my bid is fair. My bid is based on how long is this going to take me to do it.
Yeah. So
it's broken down inside of my mind and my calculations by how much I'm getting paid an hour.
So one of the hardest things to do
it is.
As a contractor is price jobs.
Because you can definitely shoot yourself in the foot. Right.
And because, you go in going, hey, if I was making this and that was good money, then I can make this. And then we forget to figure, oh, well, we do have to run to Lowe's and that's going to take an hour. And then, you know what I mean? To where you go, oh, it's a 5-hour job. It's like, well, really? Yeah, but it took you 11
altogether.
yeah. So it is hard, but you got that figured out.
Yeah. That's the only reason why I won't take on 100% of the work that he has. Because like I said, the people that got me started, that $40 plugged up sink or that stopped up toilet that I really walked in the house and plunged the right way and got it undone. Those people will be left without somebody that they can trust to come
built your company to serve.
Exactly. I'll never forget about the people that I got started with.
Right. That's what's up.
Not now. I'm going to put this out there. Not saying I'm going to take a $40 plugged up sink over a $700.
Right.
I'm going to get the $700.
Yeah. I mean, I'll come by.
I'll come by, but I'm going to get the $700. I'll make sure that happens. I might have to catch you on my lunch hour or something for that other little job.
No, but that's cool. I mean, you can make that just really a sign for young men, I guess, and women. If you familiarize yourself with how to do things, you can make money. Yeah. Well, I mean, I went years where a toolbox in the back of my truck, I made real damn good side money. You know, I'd make 15, 20 grand a year from getting off work. And same thing. You need your gutter cleaned out, your fucking vanity replaced. What do you need?
All of that.
Whatever. Yeah, same deal.
What do you need?
And yeah, if you're good at it and you don't rob people and yeah, word sticks around. So good for you, man.
Oh, yeah.
Good shit, dude. Well, congrats on everything you got going, man. Congrats on your 3 ex-wives.
You know what's crazy, though?
That's fucked up to say.
Like, and I know we're going to cut this off, but every time I got married, I was broke. I could never seem to have any money.
When it happened?
No, when I was
after
married.
You got married?
After I got married, it just seemed like I never did have any money. It's like, damn. And then you get divorced, and every time I've gotten divorced,
you've made a step.
I've made even more money. I might get married one more time. Just
really trying to go on vacation.
I'm really
to get this
trying
truck
to go on
too.
vacation to get this truck, man. I'm really trying to go on vacation to get this truck. But every single time, every time I've stepped away, I started making more money. So
you're like, I think it's a thing. That's fucking hilarious.
It's working out in my favor.
Good job on that. You'll get another one. No problem.
Yeah, no problem.
No problem. There's no shortage out there.
I sit and think to myself, you know what? I want to make $200,000 a year. Let me go ahead and get married.
Yeah, let me get one, man. Yeah, I just stepped my bar up.
There you go.
Let that be your answer when someone's like, dude, you're getting married again? Be like, I'm chasing $250,000, man. They're like, what? The fuck did he just say?
If you know, you know.
You're right.
But I mean, after every last one, after the first one, that was AT&T. After the second one, it was Ameren. After this last one, I got ACH, which is, that's way up there. Yeah. That's crazy. And then I got my own business. So add it all together, man.
There you go.
It might be worth a fourth.
Holder Family Helping Hands. J. Devon Sr. on Facebook, right?
J. Devon Sr.
J. Devon Sr. on Facebook. All right, well, yeah, it was good to have you in here. I'm going to plug you shit. And, yeah, we're going to keep tabs. And once you, if you're still across the street working at HTH in August, then I'm going to just call you out.
You should. You should.
I'm holding you accountable.
Everybody pulls out.
I'm going to stand out there and go, what are you doing, bro? What are you? I might have a sign made out and put it out there.
You're right.
Where are you going?
Oh, that's just the office. I work at ADM. That's just the main office.
Okay. Yeah. Where are you going, bro? No, but all right, man. Well, yeah, thanks for joining, dude. It's been a pleasure. I'm glad we got to catch up.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, we'll keep tabs. You guys see this guy's doing good things, big things. Support him in every way you can. We'll catch you on the next episode. Until then, be kind to each other, and we will holler. Bye. Okay. So before you close this episode out, let me take one more second to shout out our sponsors one more again. Your backyard deserves the best. In a family home and patio, they have it. In or above ground pools, premium brand hot tubs, all crafted right here in the U.S. And all your pool and spa installation, service, and supply needs. Family Home and Patio, where relaxation meets home. Give them a call at 217-877-2808 or visit them online at familyhomeandpatio.com. If you're in the D, stop in the showroom and discuss how they can make your dreams become reality. Aerial Elite Solutions specialize in providing high-quality aerial imagery and data collection for a variety of industries, including telecom, real estate, transmission and distribution, construction, agriculture, and more. Whether you need stunning photos to showcase a property, detailed site surveys for your construction projects, or captivating footage for your events, Aerial Elite Solutions has an expertise in cutting-edge technology to deliver exceptional results. If you're ready to take your business to new heights, literally, reach out to Aerial Elite Solutions today. Visit flyaes.com or give them a call at 217-330-7226 and see how they can help transform your projects with their services. Let me introduce you to a game changer in the world of content creation, Opus Clips. Imagine a powerful app that transforms your longer videos into engaging bite-sized reels that not only capture attention, but also promote your brand, your business, or even you. Well, you've seen the Beyond Business reels whenever you're going through of past guests or me. Well, I sure don't do it, and I wish I could take credit for it or had someone that did it, but I drag and drop a video. Opus Clips does everything. It creates the reels, it captions the reels, it cuts the reels, it posts the reels. With Opus Clips, you don't have to be a video editing whiz to create the stunning clips that resonate with your audience. This intuitive app does all the heavy lifting for you, automatically crafting highlights that shine perfect for social media, marketing campaigns, or simply sharing your creative genius with the world. So if you're ready to elevate your content game, scan the QR code right here to unlock the full potential of Opus Clips. Let your creativity flow and watch your engagement soar. What are you waiting on? Scan the link and start creating reels today. Your brand deserves to shine, and Opus Clips is here to help you do just that. If you're looking for delicious, healthy meals delivered right to your door, Factor's got you covered. A lot of us tend to eat unhealthy just because we don't have the time to plan ahead. Or when we get done with the day and it's finally time to eat on something, we don't have the time or energy to go prep a meal. The last thing we want to do is go get in a drive-through line because we know they don't serve nothing worthwhile that's healthy for your body out of there. So Factor's got you covered. They have a wide variety of chef-prepared meals. You can enjoy nutritious options that save you time and keep you fueled throughout your day. And when you get on to start your account here, you'll get 50% off, first of all, which is amazing, by using code BB50. But you'll get to walk through, and if there's stuff you don't like, if you don't like fish or you don't like, strawberries or a red sauce, I don't know, you can say it, and they'll handcraft your menu specifically for you. So yeah, whether you're gluten-free, low carb, low calorie, high protein, whatever, dude, they got you. All hooked up, delivered, big portions, great flavor. Use code BB50 when you head over to factor75.com and start your journey to healthier meals. Get out of the pizza line at the gas station, get out of the drive-through line, and start getting yourself together by eating better. Fuel the machine properly. This is the easy and inexpensive way to do it. Get that discount. Head over to factor75.com. Use code BB50 at checkout. Midwest Lightning Rod specializes in creating customized solutions tailored to your specific needs, ensuring your home is safe haven during the storms. Their dedicated team understands the importance of safety and offers free estimates to help you decide the best protection for your property. Don't leave your safety to chance. Reach out to Midwest Lightning Rods today and give yourself peace of mind of knowing that you're well protected. Visit lightningstrikes-weprotect.com or give them a call 217-872-4676 to learn more about how you can become part of the community that has been protected by Midwest Lightning Rods. Thank you again, everybody, for taking the time to stay tuned in this long, for tuning in at all, for joining me for this ride. And thank you for the sponsors for supporting the podcast and helping us bring this content to these wonderful people. Hey, everybody, be kind to each other, and we shall catch you on the next one.
Welcome to Beyond Business, where stories come alive. With guests from every corner, we're ready to dive. New episode every 5 days, new voices to share. Laughs and insights, we're all in this affair.